It's Friday, January 9th. Some bad news if you were planning on getting a skate in this weekend. The canal has temporarily closed due to warm, wet weather.
So this individual I stopped has prior speeding convictions on their record, so unfortunately they will be receiving the full charge today for the speeding for the 89 kilometers per hour and the 60 kilometers per hour zone.
Ottawa police are cracking down on speeding as they say that they've been seeing an increase in speed-related incidents.
Jane Hollander, I wanted to introduce myself.
Okay.
And Canadian TV screens are heating up thanks to heated rivalry. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now.
Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And you like that final clip, right?
I do. It's a great show. I've been able to watch Heated Rivalry, and I may be smirking a little bit because it's fun. It's saucy, but it's good.
And it's Canadian.
I know, right? Yeah. Which is amazing.
I like it.
It's getting hot in here.
I like it too because like your time of watching TVs and movies is so limited, so you have to be very particular in what show you choose. And when you said yesterday, you're like, I'm cruising through it, I said, all right, you must really like it.
It's really good. It's a good show. And to know what the budget they had and what they were able to create, and now to see the phenom, which is Heated Rivalry, it's amazing to see.
Right on. Well, we'll be talking about that and some Canadian TV shows a little bit later on in the show. Starting with our news headlines, it has been a great skating season so far on the Rideau Canal so far, but some visitors will have to wait as the red flags are officially up. They went up at 10 last night. The National Capital Commission says this will help preserve the ice surface during these warmer temperature days. But some tourists are feeling let down by Mother Nature.
I must say disappointed because we just flew in today from Winnipeg to spend the weekend with our daughter and go skating on the canal. And so glad we got a little skate in today before it closed and got to come up to the Rink of Dreams.
Officials with the NCC say since the canal opened on December 31st, 2025, there have been more than 170,000 visits.
Ottawa police say speeding is on the rise in our city, and a new traffic enforcement unit is looking to crack down on those with a heavy foot while behind the wheel. This new dedicated team has units in Ottawa's east, west, and south ends, with a central unit still to come. The focus to reduce dangerous driving behavior such as speeding, stunt driving, impaired driving, and distracted driving.
So this individual I stopped has prior speeding convictions on their record, so unfortunately they will be receiving the full charge today for the speeding for the 89 kilometers per hour and the 60 kilometers per hour zone.
The new road safety units were announced back in the summer before the province scrapped the speed camera program. Ottawa police say these traffic blitzes have been averaging around 25 tickets issued each day. Now to the aftermath of a dramatic collision and rollover east of downtown. Police remaining tight-lipped about what led to the crash and a lengthy road closure on St. Laurent Boulevard at the 417 off-ramp. This video showing a man crawling out of the vehicle on its roof. He then ran across 4 lanes of traffic and kept going. He didn't get too far before police caught up to him. Witnesses say they couldn't believe what they saw.
Well, I just thought he was in shock, and then it kind of looked sketchy once he kept running, so I was a bit concerned. It was crazy. It looked like a scene from like a movie, just a guy running out of a rolled car and just bolting. It was pretty intense.
Police would not comment on the circumstances around the crash. The province's Special Investigations Unit is not involved.
Protests continue to spread across the United States over immigration enforcement after yet another shooting by federal agents, and this time it was in Portland. The Department of Homeland Security revealing it happened during what they call a targeted vehicle stop, alleging the passenger was an undocumented Venezuelan affiliated with a prostitution ring and recently involved in a Portland shooting. They said the driver tried to run over the agents, prompting a, quote, defensive shot. Last night, the city's mayor saying this.
The administration is trying to divide us, to pit communities against one another, to make us fear one another. Portland, this is a moment to hold each other close.
The incident coming a day after a 37-year-old mother of a 6-year-old boy was killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis.
The Canada Revenue Agency says it is still owed more than $10 billion in COVID-19 emergency benefits, but some Canadians say they applied in good faith and the effort to recover that money is now taking a toll. Hairstylist Dawn Barton says she was forced to stop working because of restrictions and received $17,000 in relief benefits during the shutdowns. Now the Canada Revenue Agency is telling her she was never eligible, saying she has to pay it all back.
It is a huge amount of money for me as a single mom. I've had to visit food banks. I've had to ask for loans. And this amount of money, which is roughly about $7,000 they've taken from me this year alone, could have really helped keep my head above water.
She says she has appealed twice and been denied. In a statement, the CRA says flexible payment arrangements are available and that applicants who disagree with a second review can apply for a judicial review.
Our next story is a fiery wake-up call for homeowners with pets. Take a look at this video. It was captured by a home security camera at a home in Ottawa's East End. A dog got a hold of heated gloves that are powered by a lithium-ion battery. And as it's chewing on the battery, flames are sparked. The glove and blanket quickly catch fire, and when crews arrived on scene minutes later, heavy smoke and flames could be seen in a window. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and of course, that dog is safe. But the adult and child living at this Orleans home had to find somewhere else to stay. And in sports, the Ottawa Senators, rough week, it continues.
Sanderson to poke it away. Here's Pinto. Takes a shot, scores! Shane Pinto. Nobody knows where the puck is. It's in the back of the net.
They got pummeled by the #1 team last night in Colorado. The Avalanche had 8 goals by the end of the second period. Final score was 8-2 for Colorado. Next up is a home game against Florida, which is on Saturday.
A local friend group is starting the new year off richer after winning the lottery.
8 friends are going to split $1 million after matching all 7 encore numbers in exact order in the October 24th Lotto Max draw.
Francois Philippe of Ottawa was one of the 8. The group includes 4 other people from the capital city, 1 person from Gatineau and another from Fine and another from Chesterville. They purchased the winning ticket at a Petro-Canada on Innes Road, which is where now a bunch of people will start running to get those tickets.
So close to where I live.
And you
Could have been me.
Yeah, you didn't snag a ticket though,
No,
did you?
I did not. I know you have to play the lottery to win the lottery, and unfortunately, I don't play. So
you gotta play to win. That's true.
And we talk about it so often. We're like, hey, if we ever did it, we go on it. Would we split it? We do that? I don't think any of us have bought tickets.
I just think it's so nice to hear a story about, you know, friends getting together, buying tickets, and there's no aftermath. It's like, yeah, we won, and here you go. Here's your 125. Here's your 125. Yeah. There's no dispute. Like, nobody ran off with the ticket and said, no, it's all mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
could you imagine? Yeah,
Right.
Could you probably, I don't know, like legally speaking, but if one person bought the ticket, could they? Did they have an agreement?
Right.
Probably had an agreement, because if 8 of them, it's 125. One person, it's $1 million. But it's a good story all around.
Great
good
story.
for them.
Share the love.
Yes. Well, hopefully people will pack their umbrellas today if they're heading out. We have a wet day ahead and very windy as well. So we do have a special weather statement in effect. This is the peach color you see on your screen. It's mainly for Ottawa, Cornwall, Smiths Falls, Brockville, all the way out through Bancroft. And this is because we are expecting some intense winds today, gusting 50 up to 70 kilometers an hour, mainly late this afternoon. For Kingston, however, you actually have a wind warning for Kingston and down in Belleville. That's because you could see winds gusting up to 100 kilometers an hour. So very intense winds into the afternoon. Right now, we're going to see some south winds gusting 30 to 40 kilometers an hour. Not too bad throughout the morning. It's later on this afternoon, sometime after 3 p.m. That's when we're going to start to see more intense winds, especially through Belleville and Kingston. You can see they're almost seeing this pink color. So those are those intense winds. For us here in Ottawa, it will continue right through until midnight, and that's when winds will begin to calm down in our overnight tonight and won't be so windy into your day tomorrow. On top of the winds, we're also expecting rain. So we're expecting rain anytime now. We could see some freezing rain as well. So there is a risk of freezing rain. That's the pink we're seeing on our radar screen. So throughout your morning drive in, we could see some freezing rain this morning, flipping to rain late this morning as temperatures do warm up. Right now, we're hovering at that freezing mark. That's why we could see this freezing rain to start things off, but then rain into the afternoon. We could see 5 up to 10 millimeters of rain. Most of it will happen between 9 and 5 p.m. That's when we're expecting most of this rain. Then it will kind of taper off into the evening and clear up overnight. Now tomorrow, we do have some sunshine on the way. So tomorrow's a gorgeous day ahead. Lots of sunshine to be enjoyed as we head into Sunday. That's when we're expecting some snow. So some flurries possible as we head into Sunday. But before that, we will get to see some sunshine. So weather is really all over the map today. We're going to see a little mixture of warm conditions, colder conditions as we head towards the end of the weekend. Right now, we are sitting at 0 degrees. So that's why we have a risk of freezing rain to start things off this morning. 1 in Pembroke, 5 in Kingston already, 7 in Trenton, Brockville to start off the day. Montreal sitting at 2 degrees already this morning. Our forecast for today is calling for a high of 7 degrees. It will be wet. It will be windy. Yes, you will need your umbrella throughout the day ahead as we are expecting all that rain in the forecast on top of those intense winds, but very, very mild into the late afternoon. Temperatures way above seasonal. You could see pretty much 7 throughout the region, including us here in the city. The valley sitting at 8 degrees today, double digits for Trenton, where they could actually see some thunderstorm activity today. 7 degrees is the high over in Kingston as well as in Gatineau, 8 for Petawawa, 6 is your high in Mont-Tremblant as well as in Montreal for today. Temperatures really all over the map still, but more on the mild side until we head towards end of next week. That's when it will be cold. 7 degrees for today. Again, that rain, 5 to 10 millimeters, intense wind, so there is a special weather statement in effect. Everything will clear up tomorrow. Gorgeous day for our Saturday, but it is too bad that the Rideau Canal Skateway is closed for now. -1 is the daytime high on Saturday. Sunday, a little bit colder, -2. We are expecting some snow on the way, so there is a chance of flurries for Sunday in through Monday. Next week, temperatures still a little bit above seasonal, not as cold as what we have seen throughout the beginning of this winter, but then it will start to get a little bit cold overnight Wednesday and through Thursday. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time-saver traffic. No issues to report so far. It's so far so good on the roads. Just keep in mind we could see some freezing rain throughout your morning commute. Now let's check out your TSN must-see moment.
Welcome inside the Sports Center newsroom. Jermaine Franklin with your must-see moment from Thursday. For it, we're heading to Montreal. Canadians hosting the Panthers. First period, Juraj Slafkovsky kicks it out front, and Oliver Kapanen swats it out of mid-air and in. A fantastic display of hand-eye coordination from the Canadians rookie for the highlight reel goal. He leads all rookies with 15 goals this season. That's your must-see moment from Thursday. Friday on TSN, you can catch the Peach Bowl between Oregon and Indiana. The winner will play Miami for the national championship. Coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Well, coming up next, rave reviews for a Canadian TV series.
Jane Hollander, I wanted to introduce myself.
Okay.
Melissa's new favorite show. Heated Rivalry looks at hockey through a different lens, and season 2 is set to bring a storyline to the capital. We'll give you some more details coming up after the break. We're going to take a peek outside through our Centennial Glass Skycam. Another warm day has forced the canal to close for now, but that just means it can be in better condition once those temperatures drop once again. Happy Friday, everyone. It is 6:13 and 21 seconds.
Welcome back. Here are the big stories we are following today on Your Morning Ottawa. Bad news for anyone who planned on going skating this weekend. The Rideau Canal is temporarily closed due to the warmer weather. New traffic units are in place in Ottawa. Police say the goal is to catch dangerous drivers, including speeding. A warning from Ottawa Fire about the dangers of lithium-ion batteries after a video showed a dog starting a fire in an East End home. Now, let's check out the forecast.
Yeah, Rosie, no surprise the canal is closed for now. Look at these temperatures. The coolest it's going to be is right now at 0, climbing up to 1 momentarily, and then all the way up to 7 degrees. And because these temperatures are well above the freezing mark, the precipitation of choice today from Mother Nature will be rainfall. So not great for the roads, but what we are seeing is that snow starting to melt. So just be extra cautious when you're out driving this morning as we start to see some pooling with the warmer temperatures. No collisions, though, at this time. We'll be sure to keep you updated through your Friday morning commute. Well, a Crave original TV series will have you looking at Canada's game in a whole new way. Heated Rivalry showcases two male hockey players who fall in love. This is all based on a book. The series is making major waves on screen, and as CTV's Kimberly Fowler tells us, Season 2 is set to feature Ottawa in a very significant way.
And with that line, millions of fans erupted, proving that one moment can ignite a worldwide obsession. What began as a series of books about forbidden love between two rival hockey players
has Heated Rivalry made everybody insane? Yes!
Has grown into a global phenomenon. The Crave original series Heated Rivalry resonating in a powerful way.
Yeah, it's a show about hockey, and let's just say there's a lot of pucking.
Steamy but emotional, funny and real, the Canadian show's cast now international stars. It's Crave's most-watched original series, and in the States, the series ranks second on HBO Max's top 10 most-watched shows. And there's a capital connection.
As someone who was born and raised in Ottawa, it's really nice to actually be able to see people from all over the world experience the city as well and experience the capital.
Ottawa is rumored to be a big plot point in Season 2, so we could see the production showcase iconic landmarks like the Rideau Canal, the Parliament Building, and a professional hockey arena. While the content is cutting edge, there's mass appeal right down to the clothing.
We started a petition, and it is a call for Team Canada, or really any organization that wants to go ahead and officially make this fleece in collaboration with Heated Rivalry and as well as the costume designer Hannah Pulley.
The goal is to get this sweater made into official Team Canada merch before the upcoming Olympics.
As of right now, our petition is just shy of 3,500 signatures. We've had Roots, Canadian Roots. Tim Hortons has also piped in as well, and we're excited to see where this goes and, if we can actually release the fleece.
And if you can't wait for an official release, you can also try to make one on your own.
It is a pretty simple make if you've got the sewing skills to do it. I recreated the Shane Hollander Team Canada fleece, and here's how I did it. It is like the most faithful book adaptation I think I've ever seen. It's really excellent, and I have full faith that Season 2 will be the same.
Kimberly Fowler, CTV News.
Tensions remain high in the U.S. after an ICE agent fatally shot a 37-year-old mother in Minneapolis on Wednesday. Protests continue to spread across the United States over immigration enforcement after another shooting by federal agents in Portland. The situation has further divided an already polarized country. Let's bring in Bill Carroll from 580 CFRA, The Morning Rush. Good morning to you, Bill.
Good morning, and I'm a little embarrassed to say that media, I think, is playing an outsized role in the division in that country. I don't know if they're motivated purely by ratings and profit, or there's a political motivation. I'm not sure which would be worse. But either way, I'm ashamed of our American cousins in the media. I'll give you, I think this is a perfect example, this story right now, the shooting in Minneapolis, which from the public's point of view, I'm hearing it called a Rorschach test. You see in that shooting what you want to see in it. But for the media especially, I was watching late yesterday afternoon, and on Fox TV, one of those opinionated hosts come on. I don't have a problem with opinionated hosts, obviously. Here we are, right? But at least be based in reality and draw conclusions, not parrot the talking points of the Republican Party, which was what the Fox host was doing. And in an unsophisticated, childlike manner, he was like a 12-year-old boy trying to impress Daddy Trump, using a video of a late-night host, Jimmy Kimmel, and calling him untalented and taking shots at his ratings. I mean, not even original material, straight out of the Trump playbook. He was parroting all of the officials and just whipping up this anger about how obviously this woman driving the car is an urban terrorist who was racing into law enforcement officers, trying to run them over. Donald Trump had misled with that section of video he showed of the car crashing, which we would all later learn was after the woman had been shot and the car was out of control. And the interaction was actually happened at fairly slow speed. But so Fox has that narrative. Maybe even worse than that, Rosie, though, is you flip over to CNN, and for the 25 minutes I watched, they were at the scene of a very small demonstration in front of a federal building in Minneapolis. And the reporter, this is how you would have reported it, or if I'd been on the scene, I would have said, unlike last night when the crowds were large, there are a few dozen people here, they're 40, 50 feet away from law enforcement, they're shouting insults, but otherwise it's very peaceful. I'll keep an eye on it and get back to you. That's not what they said. They stayed live on this for 25 minutes. Every shout, every chant exaggerated, as if they were trying to create a riot, as if they were trying to bring people out onto the street. I took a screenshot of it. You probably won't see it, but just to remind myself, CNN on the scene of clashes in Minneapolis. It was as peaceful a protest as you could possibly get. And I think you could see there aren't more than 10 people in that shot. I would generously say maybe 50 people, half of the media in the entire scene as the camera looked around. So on one side, you know, you're hearing Fox News parrot these political talking points. On the other, CNN turning the story into something it's absolutely not. It is embarrassing and it is dangerous. And I'm ashamed when I look at our colleagues in the U.S. media right now.
Thank you for that, Bill. Have a great show.
Okay, you have a good weekend.
Okay, you too. And remember, you can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, we are talking about Canadian TV and how it's heating up thanks to the heated rivalry. So we want to know, what is your favorite Canadian TV show? Let us know. Your Morning Ottawa at ctv.ca. Here's a live look from our Skycam on George Street. We'll be right back.
All right, today on Your Morning Ottawa, we are asking for your comments on what's your favorite Canadian TV show. Let us know. Email us, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca, and we're shifting over to Melissa for our first one.
I mean, mine is no surprise. It's called Heated Rivalry.
Final showcasing the two most talked about prospects in the world. Canada's Shane Hollander.
Shane Hollander, I wanted to introduce myself.
Okay.
And they fall in love, and this is on Crave. It's a Canadian TV show. It's absolutely amazing. I guess it's a book series, and now it's been adapted into a television series. So season 1 it is on, and it's amazing, and it's so good. And yeah, it's just a great show. I love it. And it was made on a shoestring budget, very, very little budget, and it's become the phenom. So I kept on seeing it all over the place. I'm like, okay, I need to watch this. What is this all about? And then I was instantly hooked. It's good.
Our 3-hour show was not long enough to talk about this show.
It's a little steamy, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little steamy, but it's good.
Oh, I love that. All right, I went back. I was gonna choose Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd be a little bit more unique, and I chose Caillou.
Oh.
Who remembers Caillou?
Oh, who can forget Caillou?
There's so many mornings I can remember the show, and I actually had to look up like animated Canadian TV shows to make sure I found the right one, because I thought like Magic School Bus was one, but it actually started in the United States. Cassie researched that for me, our producer. Caillou, Canadian, and it has some good memories, so I went with that one today.
Oh, I love it, Caillou. Okay, so one of my favorite Canadian shows that I'm currently watching, Project Runway Canada. Now, the host is the famous model, Coco Rocha, and we've got Jeannie Becker, who is fashion icon here in Canada, and it features some incredible talent. It's a reality contest, and it's highlighting some of the most amazing Canadian designers, and the way that the show was put together, it will put you at the edge of your seat. They've got 2 more episodes left. They got final 4, and I interviewed Jeannie Becker, and she's going to come up a little bit later on in the show. We're going to talk about the last couple of episodes of your show, Project Runway Canada. So that's a question we're asking. What's your favorite Canadian TV show ever? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. We'll be right back. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And we've been seeing some warmer temperatures, and that's actually affecting certain things here in the capital, which is our top story. It has been a great skating season so far on the Rideau Canal, and many more visitors are going to have to wait now as the red flags are officially up. They went up at 10 last night. The National Capital Commission says this will help preserve the ice surface during these warmer temperature days. But some tourists are feeling a little let down by Mother Nature.
I must say disappointed because we just flew in today from Winnipeg to spend the weekend with our daughter and go skating on the canal. And so glad we got a little skate in today before it closed and got to come up to the Rink of Dreams.
Officials with the NCC say since the canal opened on December 31st, there have been more than 170,000 visits.
A new Ottawa police unit dedicated to cracking down on speeders in the nation's capital is finding that drivers appear to have heavier feet these days.
I myself have already stopped one driver for driving 109 kilometers in a 60-kilometer-per-hour zone.
The traffic enforcement teams have a goal of reducing dangerous driving behaviors and was announced before the province scrapped the speed camera program. It comes as they hear from community members that speeding is on the rise.
It's much quicker since they've gotten rid of the cameras, for sure. I live in Convent Glen, and along there, you know, they reduced the speed, but nobody seems to adhere to it.
Very fast. I do not like the fact that the speed cameras are gone.
Ottawa police say these traffic blitzes have been averaging around 25 tickets issued each day. Ottawa police are making some changes to the way they answer calls, including sending text updates for emergency and non-emergency calls. The service says the new Community Connect program will start on January 15th. Text updates will be sent for calls where there is no immediate threat to life or crime in progress. Text updates will confirm that calls were received, outline next steps, provide case numbers, and inform callers of potential delays to the police response. Some callers will also receive a link via text message to a voluntary survey asking them to provide feedback on the service.
Ottawa is still very much in the midst of a nasty flu season, but Ottawa Public Health's medical officer of health says that things may be finally turning the corner.
We're seeing high levels of flu in all of our indicators, the wastewater, in terms of people testing positive, outbreaks. This is all still a really bad situation, as we've been talking about all year. The good news is that we are starting to see that the numbers might be turning that corner and coming down week over week.
Ottawa Public Health says COVID activity remains steady at a low level, while RSV activity is high and increasing. Ottawa's top doctor says it's not too late to receive a flu vaccine and urges the public to take measures to prevent the spread of illness, like washing your hands.
In international news, U.S. President Donald Trump has renewed a threat to hit Iran, quote, very hard if its security forces kill protesters during ongoing unrest. At least 39 people have been killed in clashes across the country, with more than 2,000 detained, according to activists. There are also reports that internet access and telephone lines in Iran have been cut. Iran's economy has struggled under international sanctions, and these protests began after a collapse of its currency last month.
As the housing crisis continues to grip Canadians and their budget, Ottawa's mayor has made some bold promises. Mark Sutcliffe spoke yesterday at the mayor's breakfast for the Greater Ottawa Home Builders Association, where developers and housing industry leaders gathered. City Council will soon cast a final vote on a new zoning bylaw that calls for higher buildings, including a maximum height of 11 meters in some neighborhoods. This is to allow for larger family-sized units.
We're moving faster, so that's our number one objective, is just to make it easier for people to build homes and to build them quickly. And the new zoning bylaw, together with the Housing Action Plan, are making that happen.
But when it comes at a time when many Canadians are still struggling to even get into the market, many suggesting it's too expensive with interest rates and housing prices.
Later this month, Quebec government employees will be forced to return to the office 3 days a week. The move is drawing pushback from one of the province's largest independent unions.
There's no plus value, there's no gain for the employer.
The union surveyed 7,000 workers and found 87% expect higher stress and fatigue. 82% say their work-life balance will worsen, and 63% predict lower individual productivity. It follows a similar move in Ontario that started Monday, sending all government workers back to the office 5 days a week.
The Queensway Carleton Hospital is introducing a monthly 50-50 lottery in honor of its 50th anniversary.
Yeah, the hospital says all net proceeds will support the hospital getting high-priority medical equipment. First draw is set for January 30th, and the hospital says the jackpot is currently nearing $20,000.
A $1,000 early bird prize will also be awarded on January 16th.
Ooh.
I feel like these always do so well, and especially when it's a good cause. Like the hospital's getting involved now with these 50-50 draws because it benefits the hospital. You get a lucky winner, so it's a win-win.
It absolutely is. I know I always like to support the CHEO draws, so like it's nice now that there's another hospital doing it as well.
Yeah, but it's only going to benefit everyone in our community.
Exactly. Our forecast today, we're in store for a little bit of a messy day ahead. We could see some freezing rain this morning, followed by a very wet and windy afternoon, but the weekend is looking not too bad, especially tomorrow. It's looking nice and sunny and a little bit mild as well as we head into the weekend. So we do have a special weather statement in effect for us here this morning in the city of Ottawa. It does extend through Smiths Falls, Cornwall, Hawkesbury, Brockville, and pardon me, in Bancroft. This is this peach coloring you're seeing on your screen. Special weather statement in effect because we are expecting some strong winds gusting 70 to 90 kilometers an hour. Areas down in Kingston and Belleville, you actually have a wind warning. You could see winds gusting 90 all the way up to 100 kilometers an hour, especially later on this afternoon. You can see it in our winds maps here today. For us here in the city, we will get that light orange color, especially later on this afternoon. So it's mainly this evening that we're going to see these really intense winds gusting up to 70 kilometers an hour sometime around 6 p.m. However, areas in Belleville, Kingston, you can see they're hitting this pink color. So they are expecting those stronger winds earlier this afternoon, continuing right through into the evening. So very intense winds throughout the region. Everything will calm down into the overnight tonight. Sometime after midnight is when winds will begin to calm down and be much better into our day tomorrow. Temperatures already this morning sitting at 0 degrees, so it is quite mild if you are heading outside. It's 1 in Pembroke, 5 in Kingston, 6 out in Brockville, 7 in Trenton so far this morning. So we are expecting some wet weather on top of all these winds. So right now in Ottawa, we could see some freezing rain. There's a risk of freezing rain early this morning that will continue for the next few hours, and that's because temperatures hovering around that freezing mark. That's why we could see some freezing rain. It will shift to rain as soon as temperatures warm up. So that's later on this morning, mainly between 9 and 5. That's when we will see most of the rain in the forecast for us. We could see 5 upwards of 10 millimeters of rain in the forecast. So it will start to taper off later on this evening, and over the night it will clear up completely and making way for some sunshine as we head into tomorrow. So Saturday, a beautiful sunny day. Enjoy, because then Sunday it's a little bit cloudier, and yes, we are expecting some snow. So snow in the forecast as we head towards the end of the weekend and into next week as well. But temperatures really will stay mild right through until the end of next week. 7 degrees is the high for today, so that is way above seasonal. We should be sitting at around -6 degrees. You can see 7 throughout most of the region. Trenton could see some thunderstorms today. 10 degrees is the daytime high, so double digits down in Trenton. 8 degrees for the valley as well as in Montreal. Over the next 7 days, a mixture of everything, but again, mild conditions until next Thursday. That's when temperatures back down to seasonal. So 7 degrees today, -3 is the low. Tomorrow, beautiful sunny day, -1 is the high, -2 for Sunday, and that's when we're expecting some snow, more of it lingering into Monday than next week. A little bit cloudy Tuesday into Wednesday. Temperatures still a little bit above seasonal until we head into Thursday. That's when it's back to normal with a high of -7.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
On your roads this morning, it is smooth sailing on all your major routes right now. No major issues, and we have no collisions to report. Just keep in mind we could see some freezing rain on your drive-in.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, celebrating a birthday many don't get to see.
I don't know. I guess I'm just healthy and I'm lucky.
Happy birthday! We give you a look at the party for a 103-year-old Ottawa woman on the other side of the break. Here's a live look through our sky cam. It's going to be another mild day. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Here are the big stories that we're following today on Your Morning Ottawa. Bad news for anyone who planned on going skating this weekend. The Rideau Canal is temporarily closed due to the warmer weather that we're seeing over the last couple of days. New traffic units are in place in Ottawa. Police say that the goal is to catch dangerous driving, including speeding. And a warning from Ottawa Fire about the dangers of lithium-ion batteries after a video showed a dog starting a fire in an East End home. Let's take a look at those temperatures, Melissa, and why the canal is temporarily closed.
Very mild into the day ahead. We could even see some freezing rain out there this morning. Special weather statement in effect as well, as we're expecting some intense winds today, gusting up to 70 kilometers an hour, so 50 to 70 kilometers an hour. A high of 7 degrees. We're also expecting some rain. We could see 5 up to 10 millimeters. Everything will clear up overnight, making way for some sunshine into your day tomorrow, a high of -1. Sunday, we're expecting more snow on the way, but temps will stay mild with a high of -2. On your roads, nothing to report. We are collision-free, which is great news. Volume's still looking great this hour on your highways, and we aren't seeing any major issues east to west.
Some birthdays are big, others are rare. But this week, one local woman is marking a milestone over a century in the making. CTV's Dave Charbonneau reports the birthday girl is turning 103 years old.
Happy birthday to you.
It's a monumental day for Jean Broadfoot. How old are you today?
103.
She's turning 103 years old, still taking life one day at a time.
I don't know how to feel. I just go along with it.
As for her secret to hitting this milestone, she says there's no mystery, just good health and good fortune.
I don't know. I guess I'm just healthy and I'm lucky.
This is her and my father.
And her family knows just how special this moment is.
Well, 103 doesn't come very often, so it's very special.
Her 4 children are all in their late 60s and early 70s. 2 of her sons were able to attend the celebration. It's a day they never expected, but one they're grateful to share.
We never thought we would be here, but here we are. It's special. It doesn't happen very often for anyone, and we're just glad it happened for her.
At Park Place Retirement, staff say Broadfoot is known as much for her sharp wit as her long life.
Jean is probably the most witty senior you will ever meet in your life. She has a wonderful sense of humor. She can always make all of the staff here smile just by the way she shows up to things. She always has a comment about something and she laughs right after she says it.
And even at 103, she's not done looking ahead.
So I'm going to be back next year for when you turn 104.
All right. I'll see you then.
Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
On today's Your Morning Ottawa, we asked, what's your favorite Canadian TV show? Here's what some of you had to say.
Yeah, Lee says, oh, here you go,
yeah.
Missy. Hated Rivalry, a great Canadian TV content, but I'm still a big fan of the 80s animated series, The Raccoons,
Yes,
a classic.
that is a classic. Brandy says, I think the best ever Canadian show is Sullivan's Crossing. Also another good
Newer one. Melanie says, my favorite Canadian TV show was The Littlest Hobo, and my husband's was Fraggle Rock.
Well, lucky for Melanie, we play The Littlest Hobo after our
Yes.
show's done at 9 a.m. So
Every day.
still watch it.
Matt says, Canada has created so many amazing TV shows.
True.
Here are my favorites. The Littlest Hobo, Mr. Dressup, Mr. D, oh, Mr. D's good, Son of a Critch, The Beachcombers, and of course, hey, CTV, formerly CTV Morning Live, now CTV Your Morning Ottawa.
Thank you so much for that, Matt.
Thank you, Matt. And Hugh says, my favorite Canadian TV show is Allegiance. The show has a really interesting and strong underlying thread wrapped by excellent episodic stories, great acting and excellent photography of the southern Greater Vancouver area.
Ooh, okay, and Lucy says, here are 2 of my favorite shows, Sullivan's Crossing and St. Pierre. I don't know St. Pierre. I have to look that up, Lucy. Hey, wow, we got great response here. Let's keep that conversation going. Thank you so much for chiming in. We are asking, what's your favorite Canadian TV show? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, the nominees are here for the annual iHeartRadio Awards. We'll tell you who is up for an awards. All that just ahead. Here's a live look from our sky cam this morning. A very mild start to our day. We're sitting at 0 degrees right now. Rain and strong winds on the way. Time for your morning fix, and some Canadian star power is joining the cast of Titanic as Celine Dion's parody musical sails to Broadway. The music follows the plot of the movie Titanic, but with the twist that Celine Dion herself is the narrator. Titanic has had hit run-offs on Broadway, Toronto, and on London's West End, and it confirmed last month it's headed to Broadway. Creator and star Marla Mindali will be joined by a few familiar faces, including new cast members Jim Parsons and Canadian Music Hall of Famer Deborah Cox. Previews begin on March 26th. Woo! That looks great.
I mean, Titanic is just a classic.
Yeah.
Now that we're turning it into a musical, but kind of a parody, is a fun take on the whole movie.
Absolutely. And the nominations are out for this year's iHeartRadio Music Awards with, guess who, leading the way? Taylor Swift. Swift is up for 9 awards, including Song of the Year for Fate of Ophelia. She'll face off in several categories with Sabrina Carpenter, Bad Bunny, and Alex Warren, who tied right behind her with 8 nods each. Fans are once again able to vote directly in a number of categories this year. The iHeartRadio Music Awards will take place on March 26th. So it's interesting that she's nominated for all these iHeart, because I know she didn't get any Grammy nods. I guess her music came out too late.
Okay.
Is from what I was hearing. The cutoff is August, and her new album came out in October. So she missed the mark for that, but she'll be up for it next year.
For next year?
Next year. For
a long time.
Yeah, for the Fate of a Showgirl. Right. So I'm surprised she doesn't plan her albums a little more strategically, but again, she's Taylor Swift. She's
Taylor Swift, right?
At this point.
She's I can do what I want.
Exactly. Something tells me she's just so into the craft. She's like, it's done. Put it out there.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And Katy Perry has earned more than a lifetime of memories. The numbers are in for the pop star's Lifetimes tour, which wrapped up last month. She racked in $134 million US in ticket sales. The tour included a total of 91 shows across North and South America, Asia, Australia, and Europe.
You know what I would love to see is it talked about ticket sales there, but you've been to concerts over the last few years or ever. I want to see the numbers on the merch, because I feel like that's where the money is made. You're paying like $100 for a hoodie, $80 for a t-shirt, and I want to see how that adds to the tour as well.
And I mean, some artists are releasing merch for people who don't even go to the concerts now.
Right.
Because, sometimes you can't always make it to the concert. It's not your city. It just doesn't work out. And I love that they're releasing their merch anyways to let you grab it, even though you didn't go.
Didn't Taylor Swift have pop-up stores?
Yeah,
pop-up stores for merch.
And
so
she
you just
released her
walk
merch
in.
online.
Yeah, lineups outside of the GTA, right?
All right, here's a look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We've got so much more to go on the show. Stay with us. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. We'll be right back. It's Friday, January 9th. Disappointing news for skaters. The Rideau Canal has temporarily closed due to warm, wet weather.
So this individual I stopped has prior speeding convictions on their record, so unfortunately they will be receiving the full charge today for the speeding for the 89 kilometers per hour and the 60 kilometers per hour zone.
Ottawa police are cracking down on speeding as they say there's been an increase in speed-related incidents.
Plus, fashion journalist and icon Jeannie Becker joins us to talk about the newest season of Project Runway Canada. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Thanks so much for starting your morning with us. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And we've had some warmer conditions over the last few days, and that is impacting our capital favorite hotspot this time of year. It has been a great skating season on the Rideau Canal so far. Any more visits, though, will have to wait. The red flags are now up. They went up at 10 last night. The National Capital Commission says this will help preserve the ice surface during these warmer temperature days. But some tourists are feeling let down by Mother Nature.
I must say disappointed because we just flew in today from Winnipeg to spend the weekend with our daughter and go skating on the canal. And so glad we got a little skate in today before it closed and got to come up to the Rink of Dreams.
Officials with the NCC say that since the canal opened on December 31st, there have already been more than 170,000 visits.
Ottawa police say speeding is on the rise in our city, and a new traffic enforcement unit is looking to crack down on those with a heavy foot while behind the wheel. This new dedicated team has units in Ottawa's east, west, and south ends, with a central unit still to come. The focus to reduce dangerous driving behavior such as speeding, stunt driving, impaired driving, and distracted driving.
So this individual I stopped has prior speeding convictions on their record, so unfortunately they will be receiving the full charge today for the speeding for the 89 kilometers per hour in the 60 kilometer per hour zone.
The new road safety units were announced back in the summer before the province scrapped the speed camera program. Ottawa police say these traffic blitzes have been averaging around 25 tickets issued each day. Now to the aftermath of a dramatic collision and rollover east of downtown. Police remaining tight-lipped about what led to the crash and a lengthy road closure on St. Laurent Boulevard at the 417 off-ramp. This video showing a man crawling out of the vehicle on its roof. He then ran across 4 lanes of traffic and kept going. He didn't get too far, though, before police caught up to him. Witnesses say they couldn't believe what they saw.
Well, I just thought he was in shock, and then it kind of looked sketchy once he kept running, so I was a bit concerned. It was crazy. It looked like a scene from like a movie, just a guy running out of a rolled car and just bolting. It was pretty intense.
Police would not comment on the circumstances around the crash. The province's Special Investigations Unit is not involved.
Protests continue to spread across the United States over immigration enforcement after yet another shooting by federal agents, this time in Portland. The Department of Homeland Security revealing it happened during what they call a targeted vehicle stop, alleging the passenger was an undocumented Venezuelan affiliated with a prostitution ring and recently involved in a Portland shooting. They said the driver tried to run over the agents, prompting a, quote, defensive shot. Last night, the city's mayor saying this.
The administration is trying to divide us, to pit communities against one another, to make us fear one another. Portland, this is a moment to hold each other close.
The incident coming a day after a 37-year-old mother of 3 was killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis.
The Canada Revenue Agency says it is still owed more than $10 billion in COVID-19 emergency benefits, but some Canadians say they applied in good faith, and the effort to recover that money is now taking a toll. Hairstylist Dawn Barton says she was forced to stop working because of restrictions and received $17,000 in relief benefits during the shutdown. Now the Canada Revenue Agency is telling her she was never eligible, saying she has to pay it all back.
It is a huge amount of money for me as a single mom. I've had to visit food banks. I've had to ask for loans. And this amount of money, which is roughly about $7,000 they've taken from me this year alone, could have really helped keep my head above water.
She says she has appealed twice and been denied. In a statement, the CRA says flexible payment arrangements are available and that applicants who disagree with a second review can apply for a judicial review.
Our next story is a fiery wake-up call for homeowners with pets. Take a look at this video. It was captured by a home security camera at a home in Ottawa's East End. A dog got a hold of heated gloves that are powered by a lithium-ion battery. And as it starts chewing on the battery, flames are sparked. The glove and blanket quickly catch fire. And when crews arrived on scene just minutes later, heavy smoke and flames could be seen through the window. Thankfully, no one was hurt and the doggo is safe. But the adult and child living in this home in Orleans had to find somewhere else to stay. And the Ottawa Senators' rough week continues.
Sanderson to poke it away. Here's Pinto. Takes a shot, scores! Shane Pinto. Nobody knows where the puck is.
A tough one last night. The Ottawa Senators got pummeled in Colorado. The Avalanche had 8 goals by the end of the second period. Final score was 8-2. Next up is a home game against Florida, which takes place tomorrow.
Well, we all know far too well the struggle of the paper straw.
I mean, I just had the best time shooting it. We shot it in Toronto, and really exciting show. I'm so proud of it. No, but what about you? What's going on?
CMU collaborated with social media star Linda. She gained a large following on social media for funny skits like this one.
Yeah, they teamed up with her on the latest sketch of what it's like drinking from a paper straw. And we've all been there.
Oh, yeah.
We all understand. No need of further explanation.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Oh, just get licked with a wet straw, no problem.
Yeah, it's like it grows, right? And
Yes.
you keep it in the liquid long enough, and it's like, and then it just changes. It gets mushy and doesn't stand up, and then it's just not that fun.
Yeah.
Just throw it away.
Out of all the ways that we can, help with the environment, that one just might not have been the best functional movement for that.
That's why I bring my metallic straws with me. My coffee's down here with
there
my
you go.
metallic straw.
And that's what I've got too, right?
Glass straws at home.
Reuse straws. We'll start seeing at
Exactly.
restaurants. Everyone will bring in
bring
their
their own straws.
Little case, bring my own straw.
That'll be the day.
We do have your weather picture of the day today as well, and this was sent to us from Andrea. It's the waxing moon. This photo does not do it justice, but when I glanced outside from my balcony and noticed its beauty, I decided to try and capture it. I especially love how the tree branches look. It looks like a spooky Halloween scene. Gorgeous. Stunning.
Which I love.
Weather Picture, brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating, just box me up.
And of course, we would love to see your weather picture as well. All you have to do is send it in to us, weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, the email address, weathershots@ctv.ca. There's still a risk of some freezing rain early this morning, but into the afternoon, a wet day, a windy day, sunny and mild as we start off our weekend tomorrow. Beautiful day in the forecast for us. But we're starting off with a special weather statement this morning for us here in the city. It extends through Ottawa, Cornwall, Smiths Falls, Brockville. That's the peach coloring you're seeing on your screen. That's for these intense winds we're expecting. 50 up to 70 kilometers an hour for us here in the city of Ottawa. Areas down in Kingston, Belleville, you actually have a wind warning. As you can see, stronger winds gusting 90 up to 100 kilometers an hour. So we are in store for a very windy day. This morning, winds gusting out of the southwest, 40 up to 60 kilometers an hour. However, it's later on this afternoon, sometime around supper time, you'll begin to see this orange coloring in Ottawa. Those are the intense winds. So later on today, sometime after 5 p.m. is when we can really start to see winds pick up speed, gusting up to 70 kilometers an hour for us here in the city of Ottawa. You can see Belleville, Kingston under this pink coloring. So that's why they have a wind warning. Winds gusting up to 100 kilometers an hour down areas down below us. However, everything will clear up overnight tonight, so we'll see calmer winds into the overnight. After midnight is when wind speeds will really begin to calm down. It's very mild to start off your morning temperatures. We're hovering around that freezing mark. Now we're sitting at 1 here in the city. Still -1 in Cornwall, 7 in Brockville, 5 in Trenton area, 1 out in the valley. Right now, we are expecting that rain to start very shortly. Could still see a risk of this freezing rain. So you're seeing these pink bands on your screen. Could still see a little bit of freezing rain early this morning. Changing to rain late this morning as temperatures gradually do warm up, and we could see up to 10 millimeters. So 5 up to 10 millimeters of rain in the forecast. Most of the heavy rain happening between 9 and about 5 p.m. and then it will start to taper off into your evening hours. Overnight, everything will clear up and into your day tomorrow. Beautiful sunny day for your Saturday. Mix of sun and cloud. Hardly any clouds late in the afternoon. So lots of sunshine in the forecast to be enjoyed tomorrow. But then as we head into Sunday, it'll change. We are expecting some snow. We could see some flurries throughout the day on Sunday. Risk of freezing rain, as well as temperatures do hover around that freezing mark, but we do have a messy day for Sunday, but gorgeous as we head into tomorrow. Daytime highs today, very warm, 7 degrees for us here in the city, pretty much 7 throughout most of the region, 10 for Trenton today. They could actually see a few thunderstorms in the forecast today. 8 is the daytime high in the valley, 6 for Mont-Tremblant, as well as in Montreal. So temperatures still very mild today, right through until next week. 7 is the high today, -3 is the low. Again, 5 to 10 millimeters of rain, strong wind gusts as well. Sunny for tomorrow with a high of -1. Gorgeous day to get outside. -2 for Sunday. Some fresh powder on the way. Great for our ski hills. As we head into next week, temperatures still a little bit above seasonal. It'll go back down to normal on Thursday with a high of -7.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business.
And on your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic, and still no major issues to report. Traffic is actually starting to build slightly right now. We're seeing some slowdowns if you are heading eastbound on the 417 Pinecrest in through Richmond this morning.
Food prices are expected to increase this year. So where will Canadians feel the biggest pinch, and what else can we expect? Sylvain Charlevoix is the director of the Agri-Food Analytics Lab at Dalhousie University and joins us to discuss what he sees happening this year. Good morning to you, Sylvain.
Good morning and Happy New Year, Rosie.
Happy New Year to you too. Okay, so let's start with food prices. Where do you see the price of meat and produce heading this year?
Meat prices have been painful in the last 12 to 18 months. And unfortunately, that's not going to change in 2026. Starting with beef, beef prices have gone up 20 to 25% in 2025. We're expecting some cuts to increase even more in 2026, which will actually push a lot of people towards chicken and pork. But guess what, Rosie? Both chicken and pork are more expensive because demand is up, and our chicken farmers are having a hard time keeping up with demand because there's a lot of pivoting going on at the meat counter. So I don't think that meat is going to get cheaper in 2026. And it's the same story at the center of the store. The pantry goods, the things that we buy on a regular basis, like dry pasta, sauces, nuts, coffee, all those things at the center of the store, we're expecting increases of anywhere between 5 to 7% in 2026.
Okay, so yes, there's increases of meat and produce at the grocery stores, but still Canadians are spending more for those groceries. Do you see restaurants feeling the pinch?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, we're expecting menu prices to increase by 4 to 6%. And the bad news for restaurants is that we're expecting many closures. So we are expecting some openings, but openings are going to be outpaced by closures. Up to 4,000 across the country. And even in your region, in the Ottawa region, we're already seeing some closures. So because restaurant operators have to increase menu prices because of input costs, labor costs are going up as well. And people are drinking less alcohol, and for alcohol, margins are very high. So to make money, you have to sell, more food at a higher price. So we are expecting some restaurants to close, unfortunately, and a lot more people will be spending more retail versus service in 2026.
Okay, that would be unfortunate if you do see a lot of those local restaurants closing, but it looks like that's where the numbers are headed. Okay, so there's so much talk about how artificial intelligence is taking over industries. Where do you see AI in the food space this year? I can hear your phone ringing, but I think you can just ignore it, right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries, no worries.
I didn't know you were hearing it. But with AI, it's been interesting because AI has been around for many years in the food space, but mostly on the supply side of things, making food supply chains more efficient, reducing waste, basically making more companies better planners. But the reality for 2026, what we're expecting in 2026 is to see more companies using algorithms, our data, to predict and use more dynamic pricing depending of how demand shifts from one category to another, from one product to another. So we are expecting more dynamic pricing in retail once in a while, and that's all about AI for sure.
Okay, you can get to that phone call in just a minute. I have one more question for you. The U.S. recently made changes to their food guide, which encourages Americans to eat less processed foods and added sugars, and to eat more protein. How should Canadians feel about the guideline? I'm really interested to hearing your take on this.
It's an interesting, it was a bit of a surprising announcement coming out of Washington this week, because they basically literally reverse the pyramid, the food pyramid that they had. So they're going back to basics. And what I think the MAHA movement is doing, the Make America Healthy Again movement, I think they're aiming at ingredients. They're trying to get rid of additives, and they've made sugar and sodium their enemies, essentially. And so processing is kind of out, and they're basically encouraging, well, Washington is encouraging Americans to eat meat, vegetables, you know, the basics, essentially. And but it's all about dairy and meat, unlike our food guide, which was introduced 7 years ago already. And so 7 years ago, we got a new food guide in Canada encouraging people to eat more plant-based products, vegetable proteins. That's not what we're hearing from Washington. So I'm going to be curious to see more from Health Canada, how they could revise the Canadian Food Guide in light of what's been happening in the U.S.
Sylvain Charlebois, Director of Agri-Food Analytics. It's always great to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Take care. Bye-bye.
And your Morning Ottawa and TSN 1200 want to give you the ultimate Ottawa Black Bears team experience. Your youth squad could be there for the Winter Games night on February 7th. It's a game celebrating minor sports and lacrosse fun. One lucky youth team will score tickets for their whole roster. Submit your team on our contest page at ctvottawa.ca. And our New Year's resolution's getting you down. A registered psychotherapist suggests the 3 things method. She'll explain that just ahead. And of course, she's standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam this morning. Still dark outside, but very mild. Temps already sitting at 1. It is 7:17. Happy Friday.
Here are the big stories happening today on Your Morning Ottawa. Bad news for anyone who planned on going skating this weekend. The Rideau Canal is temporarily closed due to the warmer weather. New traffic units are in place in Ottawa. Police say the goal is to catch dangerous drivers, including speeding. A warning from Ottawa Fire about the dangers of lithium-ion batteries after a video showed a dog starting a fire in an East End home. Now let's check out the forecast.
In your forecast, a very mild day ahead. 7 degrees is the daytime high. There is a special weather statement for us this morning, and that's because we're expecting some intense winds later on today, gusting 50 up to 70 kilometers an hour in through the afternoon, mainly late this afternoon. We could see 5 up to 10 millimeters of rain in the forecast for us. -3 is the overnight low. Everything will clear up around midnight tonight. Into your day tomorrow, some sunshine on the way, but staying mild with a high of -1. Then as we head into Sunday, we are expecting some snow. We are expecting scattered flurries throughout the day ahead with a high of -2. Still no issues on your drive-in. It's looking smooth sailing east to west. Just a reminder, there is a risk of freezing rain out there this morning, so things could change quickly. So always give yourself some extra time, but so far so good. And we are collision free. Well, is your New Year's resolution giving you a little bit of anxiety? You may not be alone with this. However, we are going to help you out today. We have Rachel Reithman here. She is a registered psychotherapist. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Melissa.
Let's first talk about New Year's resolutions and why we create them in the first place.
Yeah, the start of the new year is people are coming out of their holidays. It's a new calendar. It's kind of like that fresh new notebook at the beginning of the school year. And a lot of times we're like, this is a good time to start something new. Yeah. Let's do all those things that we've been thinking about.
And so why do we start to get a little bit of anxiety when it comes towards our resolutions?
Yeah, there's a lot of times that we don't realize that anxiety is setting in, and it can come from sometimes just setting unrealistic goals for our New Year's resolution. Sometimes we're picking those New Year's resolutions for the wrong reason. We're maybe trying to follow social media, right. Things that we're seeing, or we're setting those resolutions to meet somebody else's ideals, or we're setting resolutions that are just not realistic for us.
Okay, so how can we set ourselves up for realistic and good resolutions?
Yeah, so one of the things I like to really look at is setting resolutions that are more value-based. So things like, I'm going to be more present when I'm with my friends or my family. so I'm going to put the phone down at dinner. Things like, I'm going to really pay attention to what my body's telling me. Do I need more rest? Do I need to drink more water? Do I need to get out and move my body? So more values-based, and then also setting goals or resolutions that are realistic and that align with who we are.
And you have something called the 3 Things Method. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so the 3 Things is a grounding method that I like to use with people who are experiencing some anxiety. So it's pretty simple. It's a matter of looking around our environment and saying, what are 3 things I see? What are 3 things that I hear in my environment? And what are 3 things that my body's feeling? So it's just designed to get us to pay attention to where we are right here in the moment.
Okay, and what is that supposed to help with? Is that supposed to help calm your body?
Absolutely. Calm your body, but also calm your mind. So if our mind is spiraling like, oh my gosh, I have to get to the gym, or oh my goodness, like my house has to be cleaned perfectly. If we start to look around and pay attention to what's in our environment, and simple like, oh, there's a nice coffee mug on the table. You know, what am I hearing in the environment? What's my body feeling? It takes our mind off of those things that are sending our thoughts spiraling.
Okay, that's some wonderful advice to just kind of be more observant with your surroundings and kind of grounding yourself.
Absolutely.
Advice for people who maybe are feeling anxiety with their New Year's resolutions. Should they just take it day by day and not stress themselves out too much about it?
Absolutely. If you're feeling some anxiety around your resolution, maybe take a moment and go, did I set realistic New Year's resolutions? Did I set the ones that are intentional for me? And if you did set some that are not realistic, change them up, make them work.
Yeah, because we want it to be a good thing, not a bad thing. And we don't want it to cause us more stress than good. We want it to be like a healthy habit, a healthy change, as opposed to causing us so much unwanted anxiety in our daily lives.
Absolutely. Yeah, one thing at a time.
And where can people find you for more information?
Yeah, if people are looking for more information, my website is sandstonecounseling.com. And we're also on Facebook and Instagram.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And we do want to remind you, you're welcome. We want to remind you as well that the Kids Help Phone, if you need a call, it is available 247 in English and in French. The number is 1-800-668-6868. You can also call the Distress Center of Ottawa. Their phone number is 613-238-3311. Rosie.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa.
In this competition, sometimes you're in.
The design competition intensifies on Project Runway Canada. Episode 9 of 10 airs tonight on Crave. We get a chance to hear from one of the judges, Canadian fashion icon and television personality, Jeannie Becker. That's just ahead. Here's a live look from our Skycam on George Street. We'll be right back.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sanaya Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Good morning. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Friday. I'm William.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
All right. A new Ottawa police unit dedicated to cracking down on speedsters in the nation's capital is finding that drivers appear to have heavier feet these days.
I myself have already stopped one driver for driving 109 kilometers in a 60 kilometer per hour zone.
The traffic enforcement teams have a goal of reducing dangerous driving behaviors and was announced before the province scrapped the speed camera program. It comes as they hear from community members that speeding is on the rise.
It's much quicker since they've gotten rid of the cameras, for sure. I live in Convent Glen, and along there, you know, they reduced the speed, but nobody seems to adhere to it.
Very fast. I do not like the fact that the speed cameras are gone.
Ottawa police say these traffic blitzes have been averaging around 25 tickets issued each day.
While it has been a great skating season on the Rideau Canal so far, any more visits are going to have to wait as the red flags are officially up. They went up at 10 p.m. last night. The National Capital Commission says this will help preserve the ice surface during these warmer temperature days. But some tourists are feeling let down by Mother Nature.
I must say disappointed because we just flew in today from Winnipeg to spend the weekend with our daughter and go skating on the canal. And so glad we got a little skate in today before it closed and got to come up to the Rink of Dreams.
Officials with the NCC say that since the canal opened on December 31st, there have been more than 170,000 visits. Ottawa is still very much in the midst of a nasty flu season, but Ottawa Public Health's medical officer of health says that things may be finally taking a turn for the better.
We're seeing high levels of flu in all of our indicators, the wastewater, in terms of people testing positive, outbreaks. This is all still a really bad situation, as we've been talking about all year. The good news is that we are starting to see that the numbers might be turning that corner and coming down week over week.
Ottawa Public Health says COVID activity remains steady at a low level, while RSV activity is high and increasing. Ottawa's top doctor says it's not too late to receive a flu vaccine and urges the public to take measures to prevent the spread of illness, like washing your hands.
U.S. President Donald Trump has renewed a threat to hit Iran, quote, very hard if its security forces kill protesters during ongoing unrest. At least 39 people have been killed in clashes across the country, with more than 2,000 detained, according to activists. There are also reports that internet access and telephone lines in Iran have been cut. Iran's economy has struggled under international sanctions, and these protests began after a collapse of its currency last month.
As the housing crisis continues to grip Canadians and their budget, Ottawa's mayor makes some bold promises. Mark Sutcliffe spoke yesterday at the mayor's breakfast for the Greater Ottawa Home Builders Association. This is where developers and housing industry leaders gather. City Council will soon cast a final vote on a new zoning bylaw. That calls for higher buildings, including a maximum height of 11 meters in some neighborhoods. This is to allow for larger family-sized units.
We're moving faster, so that's our number one objective, is just to make it easier for people to build homes and to build them quickly. And the new zoning bylaw, together with the Housing Action Plan, are making that happen.
When it comes at a time when many Canadians are still struggling to even get into the market, many suggesting it's too expensive with interest rates and housing prices.
Later this month, Quebec government employees will be forced to return to the office 3 days a week. The move is drawing pushback from one of the province's largest independent unions.
There's no plus value, there's no gain for the employer.
The union surveyed 7,000 workers and found 87% expect higher stress and fatigue. 82% say their work-life balance will worsen. And 63% predict lower individual productivity. It follows a similar move in Ontario that started Monday, sending all government workers back to the office 5 days a week.
The first heavy snow in several years in Budapest wasn't popular with everyone, but it sure was with these guys.
The polar bears at the city's annual park having a field day. The youngest ones playing in the first snow they've ever experienced.
That is wild to think, because this is their spot. This is their game.
Yeah.
A powerful winter storm swept across the country this week, covering many areas in a thick blanket of snow.
Wow.
They just give those polar bears a nice Coca-Cola in the glass bottle, and we are all set for a classic moment.
Our snow is kind of like melting away here with the warm temperatures.
Yes. We saw the Rideau Canal close. The red flags are up because it's going to be so mild. And not only that, we're going to deal with these very intense winds today as well. So it is a bit of a messy day in the forecast for us. It will be very warm, way above seasonal. Normal for this time of the year is around minus 6.2 degrees. Of course, the sun should be up in about 5 minutes time at 7:40 and will set tonight at 4:38 p.m. So we are getting to see these longer days, which is great. Special weather statement in effect for us today, and it's because of the winds. We're expecting some very intense, strong winds out of the southwest, 70 to 90 kilometers an hour. So the special weather statement's in the peach color down to the south of us in areas in Belleville, Kingston. You actually have a wind warning. As you can see, winds gusting 90 up to 100 kilometers an hour. So very intense winds later on this afternoon. Not so bad this morning as we take a look at our wind speeds map. It'll be gusting 40 to around 40 kilometers an hour throughout most of the morning into your early afternoon. It's later on today that we're really expecting these stronger wind gusts. So you could see some orange coming through Ottawa. That's when we could see some winds gusting up to 70 kilometers an hour. But then areas in Belleville, Kingston, they could see some pink coloring. So that's those intense winds up to 100 kilometers an hour. The good news is the winds will calm down in the overnight sometime after midnight tonight. Temps still sitting at 1 here in the city, so a very mild start to your morning. Same within the valley, 5 already in Kingston, as well as in Trenton, 7 currently in Brockville. Some areas seeing some spotty showers this morning. Risk of freezing rain still throughout the next hour or so as temperatures do hover around that freezing mark. Then it will shift to rain, and we will see rain off and on throughout most of the day today. We could see upwards of 5 up to 10 millimeters of rain. Most of the rain starting between 9 and continuing till about 5 p.m., but we will see some breaks in between as well. So we could see on the low end of about only 5 millimeters, but we could see the high end, which is around 10 millimeters of rain. Of course, melting away some of that snow. Hopefully your catch basins and your sewers are open on your streets and not blocked with all that ice, because you will definitely need them later on this afternoon. Clear them up because you will need them as well as we head into next week. Expecting some snow on Sunday, but tomorrow, nice and sunny, beautiful conditions for our Saturday. It's Sunday that we're expecting more winter weather on the way, so some snow in the forecast to end off the weekend. And for your daytime high today, very warm, 7 degrees is the high. Again, a wet day, a windy day for us here on this Friday, so wet and windy this afternoon, but very mild. Overnight dropping to -3. Into your day tomorrow, that sunshine, a gorgeous day to get outside. -1 is the daytime high. Sunday, some fresh snow, great for our ski hills, -2. Next week, temperature still above seasonal until we head into Thursday. That's when it will be back to normal. On your drive in this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic. And again, traffic is still looking pretty decent. We aren't seeing any major issues. East to west, traffic continues to flow well. No collisions or major slowdowns to report this morning. All the major highways and bridges are moving well from Gatineau.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
Aspiring fashion designers from across Canada are competing for the crown on Project Runway Canada.
Welcome to Project Runway Canada designers.
This is real. There's Coco Rocha. The show returned for a 3rd season after a long hiatus. There are 2 episodes left only on Crave. Joining me now to dish on the highly competitive reality series is fashion journalist, author, and Canadian fashion icon in her own right, Jeannie Becker. Good morning to you, Jeannie.
Good morning, Rosie. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jeannie. Now, Project Runway Canada has come roaring back with incredibly talented designers. And as a judge on the show, how impressed are you by these aspiring couturiers?
Incredibly impressed. I mean, some of them may be at different levels of proficiency, technically speaking, but I am so heartened by all the imagination and the creativity, and most especially the passion that these kids, I call them kids, have. They're just phenomenal. And some of these challenges are so tough. And the fact that they can really turn these pieces around in such short time frames, it's just absolutely exhilarating to see.
It's exhilarating to watch as well, Jeannie. Throughout this season, the designers, they've looked to you for guidance and inspiration. What have you shared with them to help them on their fashion designer journey?
Well, I try to, just impart to them how important it is to remain true to themselves, and to have a signature, a kind of an obvious kind of trademark, perhaps, in all their designs that will help identify them. I mean, that's not to say that they should be repeating themselves, not at all. We want to also encourage their evolution, and it's been really, really heartening to see how much some of them, anyway, have really evolved over the course of the series. I'm trying to get them to push their boundaries. I'm trying to get them to believe in their dreams, you know, dream and believe in their dreams and believe in themselves.
Foster, Leland, Charles, Curtis, those are the 4 left. Incredibly talented, all of the contestants on the show. Really impressive. So what's the most challenging element for you as a judge, picking who stays and who goes?
Well, I'm a mom, right? And I think these are like, almost feel like my kids. And I see their vulnerabilities. I certainly see their strengths. I don't want to discourage any of them for any reason. And I know how sensitive they all are because they are all artists, essentially. I mean, at the end of the day, there's the very strong, you know, artistic current that runs through the hearts of each and every one of these brilliant talents. So it's very important for me to try and encourage them, but you also want to give them a little bit of tough love. I mean, if you don't like something, you've got to tell them you don't like it and why you don't like it and how they might be able to improve on it. But I just hope that I hope that none of them hate me by the end of the, you know, it's the kind of situation that nobody really likes to be in, to, you know, have to, you know, sort of squash someone's dreams maybe sometimes. But all in all, I think honesty is the best policy. And I have to be authentic to myself, you know, as a judge. And I want to help these people grow. I mean, that's what it's all about. And the growth that we've seen over the course of the series is pretty impressive.
Yes, I mean, you play it really well as a judge, both stern and gentle at the same time. Jeannie, what can you share with us about the season finale, which will be January 16th?
Well, I mean, if you have fallen in love with these designers thus far, and I think most of the country has, you will fall even further in love with them when you see these mini collections that they get to create. I mean, each one creates a collection of 10 pieces, and they really get a chance to show you what they're capable of in a very, you know, broad sense. And that is something to really look forward to, because it's a show. And I've seen countless fashion shows around the world. As you know, I've seen the work of some of the greatest couturiers on the planet. And I gotta say, some of the stuff really measures up. It's just unbelievable. And the fact that they're all Canadian, just
Love it.
Proud of each and every one of them.
Thank you very much for your time this morning. Fashion reporter, journalist, fashion icon Jeannie Becker talking about the season finale of Project Runway Canada. Thank you so much, Jeannie.
Thank you so much, Rosie.
The next episode of Project Runway Canada drops on Crave today. The season finale will air next week. For more information, head over to crave.ca or ctv.ca. Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa.
This is crazy.
Ooh, checking out this week's new movies in theaters, including a horror film about a scary monkey. Mr. Hollywood is standing by in the CTV Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. He'll join us shortly. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. We'll be right back after this short break. Good morning, Ottawa.
Well, it is Friday, and that means new movies to watch in theaters and at homes. Matt Demers, Mr. Hollywood, is here to give us his picks of what you can check out this weekend, and it's a good one.
That's right. Listen, we're going to start with a bit of monkey business, or should I say chimpanzee business. Get ready for Primate.
This is crazy.
This is home. There's someone I want you to meet. This is Ben.
My hand? He wants to shake my hand?
Yeah. Hi, Ben. Oh. Our mom rescued him, and now he's part of our family.
Ben, happy.
Seems cute and cuddly, no?
Yeah, until he turns feral.
Oh, no.
Until the killing starts.
Didn't see that happening.
Something is definitely wrong with Ben, the chimpanzee.
No.
Have you ever wanted a chimp or a monkey as a pet?
I mean, yes, but no.
Yeah, this movie will make it a firm no, by the way. But I like this movie a lot, and I watch a lot of these horror movies, and this one was lean, it was mean, and it's wholly effective in that chimp horror experience, and it's got major bite when it comes to who will live and who will not. Nobody's safe in this movie. It even had me, no spoilers, but it had me surprised about who bites the dust. Fun stuff if you like your gruesome horror.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Different is this thing on?
$15 cover.
To get a drink?
Hey.
Yeah. How come she didn't have to pay $15?
She signs up for the open mic.
Look at me. I kind of look like the guy who tells you the Ferris wheel doesn't work at the amusement park.
I gotta date better men. My ex wouldn't let me touch his Magic the Gathering cards.
I'm gonna shake it up tonight. So let's put your hands together for Alex Novak.
This looks good.
Yeah, I did like this too, and that's a great Canadian right there, Will Arnett. Very funny man, and he's playing a stand-up comedian, but he's also navigating an impending divorce, maybe not. This is a sharply observed relationship study, and listen, it's got this really great performance, as I said, from Will Arnett, but also Laura Dern, and I enjoyed this. This is really interesting. These great kind of character studies, and a very mature film. Feel very adult after watching something like this.
Good to know. A little different from the chimpanzee killings.
That's right. But we're gonna go back to some scares for our next one because I like them. It's called Sleepwalker.
I know things have been hard on you after what happened, but things will get better. I haven't sleepwalked since I was a kid, but it was never like this.
I think your nightmares and sleepwalking are a manifestation of misplaced guilt.
Okay, set the stage. Hayden Panettiere. I haven't seen her in a while.
That's right? And she's playing a mother here. She's haunted by some tragedy in her life, and she's sleepwalking. And I won't give anything away because this movie's full of twists and turns. It's okay. It's not going to win any awards when it comes to movies, but there is some nice things that happen at the end. Again, I'm tiptoeing around spoilers, and if you have a sleepwalker in your family, this is going to terrify you because I have one.
Oh yes, no way. It's my 4-year-old daughter.
That's right. My kid too tends to roam around.
Including last night. Terrifying.
There you go. But Melissa, it's skating season.
It sure is.
Yeah.
You got your top 5 skating movies?
I had to do it.
I love it.
Because I know a lot of people are lacing up the skates, so these are some movies that get you in the mood.
I love it.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This might be a strange pick, but there is a really wonderful frozen lake skating scene.
Okay.
And it's got kind of winter of the heart atmosphere, that movie. Blades of Glory. Remember this one?
Of course, iconic.
Will Ferrell, John Heder, they're figure skaters. Fun stuff. I, Tonya, the Tonya Harding story.
Oh, can't forget that.
So many skating scenes, and that story is just riveting. The Cutting Edge, this one is a love story.
This is my personal favorite.
Is it really?
Oh my goodness. I grew up a figure skater, so this was like everything to me back in the day.
She falls in love with an ex-hockey player. They fall in love, I should say. And then Mystery Alaska, a really wonderful hockey film on Disney+. A lot of outdoor skating scenes, playing hockey.
Love it.
It's going to get you... It's going to make you in the mood to get out there.
I love it. And if you want a hockey TV show, Heated Rivalry,
there you go.
Course.
You and everybody else are loving it.
Yes, we've been talking about it all morning long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
very popular.
Slightly obsessed. It's so good.
Very popular.
It's very, very well done. Well, thank you, Matt, for joining us today.
Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome. And here's a live look at our Skycam this morning. It is a very mild day. Temps right now sitting at 1 with a high of 7 this afternoon. It will be wet and windy today. It is 7:53.
It is now time for your milestone celebrations. Happy 7th birthday to Leah. Love from Mom, Dad, and Mila. Oh, we've got a teen alert. Happy 13th birthday to Kaylee. Love from Mommy, Daddy, Abby, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. Happy 9th birthday to Alexander, Skylar, and Isabella. Lots of love from Mommy, Daddy, Grandma, and Grandpa, all your uncles, aunts, cousins, and your BFFs. Happy birthday to Madrix and Daxel. They're turning 1 year old. Lots of love from your aunts, uncles, grandparents, great-grandparents, cousins, and parents. Happy 4th birthday to Patrick from mom, dad, and grandparents. Love you very much. Wishing you to be happy and healthy this year. If you have a milestone, celebrate it with us. Send us your birthday announcements for kids turning 13 and under, and for those turning 100 years or more, and wedding anniversaries for those celebrating 50 years or more. All you have to do is email your Morning Ottawa milestones at ctv.ca, and we will be sure to get your announcement on the air. It's Friday, January 9th. Disappointing news for skaters. The Rideau Canal Skateway has temporarily closed due to warm, wet weather.
So this individualized stop has prior speeding convictions on their record, so unfortunately they will be receiving the full charge today for the speeding for the 89 kilometers per hour and the 60 kilometers per hour.
Ottawa police starting to crack down on speeding as they say there's been an increase in speed-related incidents.
And warnings about lithium batteries after a dog chewing on a heated glove caused a house fire in the East End. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
We got 1 hour left, lots to bring you. We got a little Fitness Friday. We always head into the kitchen. A lot more left on our Friday show.
Looking forward to that. But we're going to start off with today's top stories. Ottawa police say speeding is on the rise in our city, and a new traffic enforcement unit is looking to crack down on those with a heavy foot while behind the wheel. This new dedicated team has units in Ottawa's east, west, and south ends, with a central unit still to come. The focus to reduce dangerous driving behavior such as speeding, stunt driving, impaired driving, and distracted driving.
So this individualized stop has prior speeding convictions on their record, so unfortunately they will be receiving the full charge today for the speeding for the 89 kilometers per hour and the 60 kilometers per hour zone.
The new road safety units were announced back in the summer before the province scrapped the speed camera program. Ottawa police say these traffic blitzes have been averaging around 25 tickets issued each day.
Canada's restaurant industry is expected to take a big hit this year. Experts say thousands of restaurants could be closing their doors.
Up to 4,000 across the country, and even in your region, in the Ottawa region, we're already seeing some closures. So because restaurant operators have to increase menu prices because of input costs, labor costs are going up as well.
Consumers are becoming more frugal with their food budget, while Restaurants Canada also blames increasing costs for rent, insurance, and wages. The organization says 41% of restaurants are operating at a loss or barely breaking even. And while it has been a great skating season so far on the Rideau Canal, any more visits are going to have to wait. The red flags are now up. They went up at 10 p.m. last night. The National Capital Commission says this will help preserve the ice surface during these warmer temperatures. But some tourists are feeling let down by Mother Nature.
I must say disappointed because we just flew in today from Winnipeg to spend the weekend with our daughter and go skating on the canal. And so glad we got a little skate in today before it closed and got to come up to the Rink of Dreams.
Hopefully they got a beaver tail too. Officials with the NCC say since the canal opened on December 31st, there have been more than 170,000 visits.
Our next story is a fiery wake-up call for homeowners with pets. Take a look at this video. It was captured by a home security camera at a home in Ottawa's East End. A dog got a hold of heated gloves that are powered by a lithium-ion battery. And as it is chewing on the battery, flames are sparked. The glove and blanket quickly catch fire, and when crews arrived on scene minutes later, heavy smoke and flames could be seen in a window. No one was hurt. The dog is safe, but the adult and child living at the Orleans home had to find somewhere else to stay. The Ottawa Senators' rough week continues.
Sanderson to poke it away. Here's Pinto. Takes a shot, scores! Shane Pinto. No one knows where the puck is. It's in the
Ouch. The Sens got pummeled in Colorado last night. The Avalanche had 8 goals by the end of the second period. The final score, 8-2 for Colorado. Next up is a home game against Florida on Saturday.
Crave's original series, Heated Rivalry, has taken the world of entertainment by storm, and now fans want merch.
We started a petition, and it is a call for Team Canada, or really any organization that wants to go ahead and officially make this fleece in collaboration with Heated Rivalry, and as well as the costume designer Hannah Pulley too.
Clothing from the show has riled up fans. Nearly 3,500 signatures are on a petition to get a Heated Rivalry Team Canada sweater released in time for the upcoming Olympics.
You can stream all episodes of Heated Rivalry Season 1 on Crave. Most of those hours are attributed towards CTV Your Morning Ottawa's Melissa Lamb.
You know, and I was like, I need to add my name to that list, because that fleece that they do wear, because there's like some Olympic scenes, it was so nice. And I thought, I wonder what ours are going to look like this year. I wonder if it's like a sneak of maybe it'll look like that, but it's so well done. So, and there's even like a local soda company, and now they have a Heated Rivalry soda that you can purchase.
You're
it's gone
in
off.
deep.
I am. I have a problem. It is so good.
I can't wait for you to bring that in. I'm just going to hear like, and I'm going to look, and it's going to be the Heated Rivalry swag.
Yeah, absolutely. Our forecast today, it's going to be a day you need a fleece or a rain jacket and an umbrella. And it's not even a great day for the umbrella, especially later on this afternoon. Freezing rain still, chance of it this morning. Wet and very windy into the afternoon. So windy, we actually have a special weather statement in effect for those winds. Winds gusting 70 up to 90 kilometers an hour, mainly later on this afternoon. But you can see this wind special weather statement does extend into Ottawa, Hawkesbury, Cornwall, Smiths Falls, Brockville. Down Kingston and Belleville in this blue area, you actually have a wind warning, and that's because winds could gust 90 up to 100 kilometers an hour. So extremely windy day for us here in the city. In our winds maps, you can see it. We're going to see green and yellow most of the day today. Those are winds gusting up to 40, 60 kilometers an hour. That's what we will see this morning into your afternoon. It's mainly this evening that all of a sudden you're going to see these very intense winds. So this orange color, that's when we're going to see winds gusting up to 70 kilometers an hour. But you can see down in Belleville, Kingston, they're actually seeing pink. That's why they have a wind warning. Those are wind gusts up to 100 kilometers an hour. So extremely windy, especially later on this evening, mainly around dinner time. That's when we're going to see these more intense winds. The good news, it won't last too long. They will begin to calm down into our overnight and be much calmer into our overnight and early tomorrow morning as well. Temps continuing to climb. We're sitting at 2 degrees here now in the city. Already 3 in Montreal. Some areas getting to see a little bit of sunshine. For us, it's mainly cloudy skies right now. Kingston sitting at 4. So yes, we will see cloudy conditions. It's going to look a little bit wet too. We are expecting some rain kind of off and on throughout the day ahead. We could see upwards of 5 to 10 millimeters. Most of the rain happening between 9 and 5 today. Then it will kind of taper off this evening into your overnight. Tomorrow, sunshine, beautiful day. And then as we head into Sunday, we are expecting some snow. So this is overnight Saturday into your day on Sunday. We are expecting some snow in the forecast. So a little bit of everything in the forecast this week, but we will see mild temperatures today right through into your weekend forecast. If you're heading out to recess this afternoon for kids, beautiful day to get outside. In terms of temperatures, it will be very, very warm, reaching a daytime high of 7 degrees. Hopefully we get a little bit of a break from that rain this morning so you can get outside, because later on this afternoon is when we are expecting stronger winds, but it could be a little bit wet kind of off and on throughout your day ahead. Into your day ahead, temperatures similar across the region. 7 throughout most of the region for today. 10 is the daytime high in Trenton. 8 out in the valley for today. 6 is your daytime high in Mont-Tremblant. So a fluctuation of temperatures over the next few days. 7 for today, -1 for tomorrow. Mix of sun and cloud. Beautiful day. Temps will stay mild over the next 5 days. It will start to get cold as we head in towards the end of the work week next week. On your drive in, eastbound 417, seeing a little bit of volume starting now. It starts at the 416 split in through Maitland this hour. Other than that, we are still collision free, so no major issues east to west. Will.
All right, well, we have entered a brand new year, so we're going to have some tips on some certain movements to help you stay fit during this new season. Perhaps some, we call those strongman pickups. I'm going to quote that. I'm going to take that in. We got Zach here. He's going to show us some other moves. He might be getting me squatting as well, but look at those muscles. I think we want to trust them. Let's head outside. There's some Glass sky cam, and temperatures feeling great for maybe a little run this afternoon, but you might need to bundle up with a rain jacket. Showers in the forecast. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Today's snow report brought to you by Calabogie Peaks. Play outside at Calabogie Peaks, the big mountain close to home.
And here are your ski conditions for today. Calabogie Peaks, they have all of their lifts open and 15 runs. Heading over to the rest of our ski hills for today, Vorlage has 3 lifts open, 8 runs, 14 runs open at Camp Fortune. Edelweiss also has 11 of their 23 runs open and 4 of the 6 open at Mo Cascade.
Hey, grab your friends and have some winter fun at Calabogie Peaks.
The big mountain close to home. Find out more at calabogie.com.
Well, if your New Year's resolution was to turn up the heat on some of your workouts, we bring it in our Fitness Friday. We got a full body circuit with marathon runner and coach Zachary Liberty. Good morning to you, my friend.
Hello, folks. Thank you for having me this morning.
And it's so great to have you because we connected with you in the summer. You were running all these marathons for such a great cause.
Yes.
Now it's a brand new year, and we're going to kick it off with a great mindset.
Perfect. All right. So we're going to show some upper body movements today, some lower body movements as well. We're going to give you some mindset tips and tricks, as well as some everyday health hacks that we can run through, easy to incorporate to get yourself set for 2026. Are you ready, Will?
I love that. Let's do it. I've already done a preliminary squat just to make sure these pants don't rip.
The pants are actually working out. So we're going to start with squats, actually. So it's a classic movement for a reason because it works. So if you're at home and you don't have any equipment, what we're going to do is just some body weight squats. So really simple. We're going to set ourselves up. Feet shoulder width apart. What you're going to do is you're going to brace your back on your way down. You're going to start by throwing your hips back, and you're going to go for just below parallel in your squat. You can hold your hands forward like this. And what you're going to want to do is keep the weight on your quads. This is primarily a quad movement. So go ahead, Will, and get a couple of squats out. While Will is finishing his squats, in terms of mindset, something I want you to internalize for 2026 is consistency over motivation. A lot of people have a lot of motivation in January, but that wanes as the year goes on. What I want for you in December is to be as strong as you were in January. That means a little bit of work every day, not 3 hours a day. All right?
I like that too, and I like the movements that we're doing because it's like movements that you do every day outside of the gym that apply to so many things.
Precisely. Everybody can use a squat. All right, next we're going to use another class. We're going to go push-ups, all right? So we have our yoga mats here. We're going to get down, and we're just going to crank out a couple push-ups, okay? And while Will is doing these, I'm just going to show you an alternative. If you do have some dumbbells at home, what I want you to do is just grab these and put them on either side of your shoulders. And this way what you can do is you can get a little bit more depth, a little bit more range of motion in your push-ups. So you can go all the way down. You'll feel a big stretch in your chest and squeeze at the top, okay? Those are our first 2 movements.
I like that. I'm getting my morning pump while at work. This is perfect, Zach.
Absolutely. A great way to start your day is by hydrating properly, okay? A lot of people are chronically dehydrated. They just don't know it. What I always recommend to my clients is pour yourself about 500 milliliters of water and take about a 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt and just dump that in. Start your day with that, and you'll notice a difference in your energy, sustained energy throughout the day.
I will say that I've done that in years past where you wake up and have a coffee first, but your body's dehydrated after you sleep, right? And starting that actually changes the rest of your day by getting that
It's easier to move if you feel good, plain and simple.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start next with a little hinge movement, all right? So these without a weight are known as good mornings, all right? It's kind of like an RDL, okay?
Yeah.
So what you can do is, again, shoulder width apart. You're going to get ready, hold your hands in front, and you're going to hinge at the hips. Now, I want you to not bend your knee. I don't want you to go for a squat. What I want you to do is only bend your knee to facilitate your hips shooting back. So pretend as if we're going for an RDL. Right? And you should feel a big stretch in your hamstrings in the back there.
Oh, I do. Okay? And they're tight, so this is perfect.
Yes, exactly. With the dress pants, no less. All right? So you get a couple of those out. What I'll do is I'll incorporate a weight here. So if you do have a weight at home, what you can do is hold that in front of you. And this basically just turns into an RDL for your hamstrings. So you can hold it down like this, back up, full stretch at the bottom, and there you go.
It's so nice because there's different levels, right? From body weight, a little bit of weight, lower rep team. It's a move that everyone should do.
And if you're ready to go to the gym, then you can incorporate more weight, of course.
Yeah. All right, what else you got for us, Zach?
Okay, another little health tip. A great thing everyone can do every day is just track their steps. If you set a simple step goal every day, that's a great way to ensure that you're getting even movement throughout the day. And they really stack up. I know a lot of people that lose a lot of weight just by getting their steps in every day. It's a super easy and accessible thing to do.
And low impact, right? It's like great to get for those walks and like a couple a day, 2 little half hours here and there. That really does add up.
Yes. And our last thing today, what we're going to do is a one-armed shoulder press. So I'm going to do it first to demonstrate, and I'll let you finish off. Okay? So if you do have a weight at home, you can grab that. Honestly, if you have like a can of soup or anything at home, you can use that too. You don't need much, especially if you're getting started. So what I want you to do is brace your core, feet shoulder width apart, just below parallel with your elbow here, and I want you to go and get a raise on, okay? Now for me, I find a lot of people, they'll hold their elbow all the way out to the side like this. What you can do is tuck your elbow a little bit forward, and that'll protect your shoulder joint. For me, that's a lot more comfortable. So you go and just get a couple of those out, okay? And then you can switch sides and do the same over here, okay? Will, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get a couple of those out.
While I do these two, I want to ask, because we have like resolutions today talking about anxiety and people not sticking with them. If someone starts, what are some tips that you have to not just have it be a resolution for a month or two, but to kind of keep that going consistently over the next few months in the year?
Absolutely. So that's a great thing. This brings me to my final point. It's all about consistency. So it's all about finding those 30 minutes per day where you can devote to yourself to ensure that you're feeling great so you can take care of those around you. In terms of judgment, I know a lot of people feel like a lot of anxiety about going to the gym and meeting other people who are also on their fitness journey. Remember that no one on their fitness journey who's ahead of you is going to judge you for getting started. It's only people who are afraid to do themselves that judge. Thank you very much.
And you know what I love too is talk about how running's impacted your life, because it's winter right now.
Yes.
Some people don't want to go outside, but even like you've started a run club, and how many people are going, because running is it's not just a great activity, but there's a great community around it as well.
Absolutely. It's funny that you mentioned that, actually. Here's my run club right here. So we meet every Sunday at 9 a.m. in front of the History Museum at Babino Bagel. We're gathering about 60 runners on the regular every Sunday. People out there are looking to better themselves no matter what the weather brings. So if you're looking to get started between 5 and 7K on Sunday, all paces are welcome. Just find us at Hull Sunday Run Day.
There you go.
very much.
Well, Zach, really appreciate your time, especially this time of year when most people, they go, all right, we're getting back into some health and fitness, and you've given us some good tips today.
Thank you so much.
No, we're doing the 4.
Oh,
there
yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, we'll get some workouts in as we go to break here. Do a little, there we go. Zach, get in there. I can't be the only one. Oh, yeah, just a bro sesh right now. This is how we do. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back after a nice swell.
Okay.
We Inherit the Fire is the latest book from local author Kahiso. The book portrays a fractured relationship between mother and daughter set across the backdrop of South Africa. Welcome to the show this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Give us the details on your new book, We Inherit the Fire.
Yeah. So it is a novel about a mother who is a survivor of prison apartheid. She was in prison when she was a teenager. So now she's living as a mother of 4 girls and sort of trying to deal with the trauma of that. And also struggling with, being a mother and being sort of a hero for the people around her. And then the other narrator is her daughter, Gelelo, who is struggling with a mother who's not emotionally present, but living in a place where everybody reveres her mother. So she's struggling with having her mother be the nation's mother, and not being there for her as a daughter. Yeah.
And why did you want to write this book?
So I think I realized that there's a lot of knowledge around who survived apartheid and who struggled against apartheid, but that is something that's centered around the men, what the men did, how the men fought. And when you think about the end of apartheid, a lot of people will know who Nelson Mandela is, right? Because he's this great hero and all the men who fought with him. But there were these women who were imprisoned for a really long time who fought right alongside the men, but their stories are not told in the same way or to the same extent. And that's why I wanted to put this out there.
And talk about the relationship between mother and daughters.
Okay, so that's a huge struggle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tension. They don't quite meet. So you get a lot of the same scenes, but from different perspectives. So you can see the daughter frustrated with the mother, but then you can see the mother struggling to be present as a parent. So it's very hard, but I really wanted the reader to have empathy for both characters. So that's why I have you see the same scene from different perspectives.
Okay, very interesting. What are some other themes that are discussed within the book?
Family is a big one. Motherhood, obviously. Apartheid is a really big one because the story is set against the backdrop of those late years, like when apartheid was ending.
Okay.
And also, friendship and what the women's, I don't like to say how women contributed to fighting apartheid, but I want to say that how women fought apartheid, because they were, they had this role of both being parents, not to their own children, but also parenting the nation. And the men were, revered for their roles, but they were not parenting children at home and also you know, being afraid of being imprisoned and being afraid of all kinds of things from the state.
And tell us about the book launch you have coming up.
Yeah, so January 12th at 7 p.m. It'll be at Library and Archives. And yeah, I hope people come and we'll talk some more about the book.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And lastly, how can people get their hands on this book?
It will be everywhere January 13th. So I launch on January 12th, but January 13th, every bookstore will have a copy.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And for more information, do you have a website that people can go to?
No, but if you go to Wikipedia, you get all the information on who I am and what I do.
And get in contact with you there. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And congratulations on the brand new book.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And with over 50 years of cooking experience under her belt, Sandy's Country Kitchen is cooking up all the favorite comfort foods. That's coming up in your kitchen. Here's a live look through our Skycam as well. This morning, we're waiting for some rain to start. Looks like sometime around 9 a.m. we can start to see some rain, and it will continue into the day ahead. Special weather statement as we are expecting strong wind gusts as well. It is 8:26. Happy Friday.
Coming up on 8:30, I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Willie Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
Really glad you can start your day with us. It's going to be pretty mild again today, but then we're adding in a little bit more wind.
Yeah, it's going to be very wet and extremely windy, especially later on today, like sometime around dinner time is when we're expecting these intense winds. So I'll give you the full details in a few minutes.
Okay, we're going to start off with today's top stories. A new Ottawa police unit dedicated to cracking down on speeders in the nation's capital is finding that drivers appear to have heavier feet these days.
I myself have already stopped one driver for driving 109 kilometers in a 60 kilometer per hour zone.
The traffic enforcement teams have a goal of reducing dangerous driving behaviors and was announced before the province scrapped the speed camera program. It comes as they hear from community members that speeding is on the rise.
It's much quicker since they've gotten rid of the cameras, for sure. I live in Convent Glen, and along there, you know, they reduced the speed, but nobody seems to adhere to it.
Very fast. I do not like the fact that the speed cameras are gone.
Ottawa police say these traffic blitzes have been averaging around 25 tickets issued each day.
Well, it has been a great skating season on the Rideau Canal so far. Any more visits are going to have to wait as the red flags are officially up. They went up at 10 last night. The National Capital Commission says this will help preserve the ice surface during these warmer temperature days. But some tourists are feeling a little bit let down by the timing.
I must say disappointed because we just flew in today from Winnipeg to spend the weekend with our daughter and go skating on the canal. And so glad we got a little skate in today before it closed and got to come up to the Rink of Dreams.
Officials with the NCC say since the canal opened on the 31st, there have been more than 170,000 visits. Well, Ottawa is still very much in the midst of a nasty flu season, but Ottawa Public Health's medical officer of health says that things might be finally taking a turn.
We're seeing high levels of flu in all of our indicators, the wastewater, in terms of people testing positive, outbreaks. This is all still a really bad situation, as we've been talking about all year. The good news is that we are starting to see that the numbers might be turning that corner and coming down week over week.
Ottawa Public Health says COVID activity remains steady at a low level, while RSV activity is high and increasing. Ottawa's top doctor says it's not too late to receive a flu vaccine and urges the public to take measures to prevent the spread of the illness, like washing your hands.
U.S. President Donald Trump has renewed a threat to hit Iran, quote, very hard if its security forces kill protesters during ongoing unrest. At least 39 people have been killed in clashes across the country, with more than 2,000 detained, according to activists. There are also reports that internet access and telephone lines in Iran have been cut. Iran's economy has struggled under international sanctions, and these protests began after a collapse of its currency last month.
Canada's restaurant industry is expected to take a big hit this year. Experts say thousands of restaurants could close their doors.
Up to 4,000 across the country, and even in your region, in the Ottawa region, we're already seeing some closures. So because restaurant operators have to increase menu prices because of input costs, labor costs are going up as well.
Consumers are becoming more frugal with their food budget, while Restaurants Canada also blames rent, insurance, and wages. The organization says 41% of restaurants are operating at a loss or barely breaking even. And as the housing crisis continues to grip Canadians and their budget, Ottawa's mayor made bold promises. Mark Sutcliffe spoke yesterday at the mayor's breakfast for the Greater Ottawa Home Builders Association. This is where developers and housing industry leaders gather. City councils will soon cast a vote on a zoning bylaw that calls for higher buildings, including a maximum height of 11 meters in some neighborhoods. This is to allow for larger family-sized units.
We're moving faster, so that's our number one objective, is just to make it easier for people to build homes and to build them quickly. And the new zoning bylaw, together with the housing action plan, are making that happen.
But when it comes at a time when many Canadians are still struggling to even get into the market, many suggesting it's too expensive with interest rates and housing prices.
If you've ever written on a sticky note but still missed the message, perhaps it just wasn't big enough.
We want to just inspire people as they're thinking about new, exciting changes this year. Maybe that involves a new apartment.
It's all part of a new marketing campaign by a 14-story apartment building in Halifax called New Year, New Apartment. They're hoping to catch the eye of future tenants.
The notes are stuck from the north end to the south end of the city with common New Year's resolutions written on each one.
I love this.
And they really do stick out, right?
Oh, yeah.
No pun intended there, I promise on that one. But like as soon as you catch the eye, a sticky note, you just kind of look to see what's going on.
And they're so colorful and vibrant and large, and it's true. Maybe they just need to be bigger because I write myself sticky notes all the time and I still seem to forget things.
Yes, of course. Well, that happens as we do that quite often. We got our sticky notes all over the place.
We sure
Especially
do.
with busy mom, no doubt about that.
Our forecast today, we're going to see a lot of intense winds later on this afternoon, especially. Still seeing some stronger winds this morning, gusting out of the southwest up to 40, 60 kilometers an hour this morning. But late this afternoon, mainly around dinner time, we are expecting intense winds. So there is a special weather statement in effect for us here in Ottawa. It extends through Smith Falls, Brockville, Cornwall, Hawkesbury. That's the peach coloring you see on your screen. We could see winds gusting 70 up to 90 kilometers an hour. For areas down in Kingston, Belleville, they're expecting intense winds gusting 90 up to 100 kilometers an hour. So very, very strong winds, a wind warning in effect for Kingston, Belleville area. Just to go to show you how strong our winds are, here's our wind map. So for today, most of the day, we'll see the green and yellow colors. We'll see winds gusting around 60 kilometers an hour. But then later on tonight, around supper time, that's when we're expecting these more intense winds. So sometime between 5 and about 9 p.m., we're going to start to see some orange in our screen. So that is the intense winds that we are expecting. And then areas in Belleville, Kingston, you can see pink. So that's why they have a wind warning in effect. The good news is they won't last too long. It should clear up around midnight tonight. So that's when winds will begin to calm down into our overnight and be much calmer through our day tomorrow. Temperatures this morning, we're sitting at 2 degrees. So a very mild start. Still seeing cloudy conditions this morning. A little bit of sunshine in Montreal, sitting at 3, -1 along the Seaway. Warm in Brockville, sitting at 8 degrees and 1 currently out in the valley. Expecting those spotty showers starting very, very shortly into the overnight. Some freezing rain in some areas, but for the day today, we're expecting rain. It should start within the next few hours, and we're going to continue to see rain till about 5 p.m. That's when we will see most of the rain. We could see anywhere from 5 millimeters of rain to 10 millimeters of rain in the forecast for us. It will clear up into the overnight tonight. Tomorrow, sunshine, gorgeous day ahead. It's late in the night on Saturday that we're expecting some snow, snowing overnight Saturday and through your day on Sunday. So a messy weekend in terms of precipitation. We'll see some rain today, strong winds, then snow as we head into Sunday, but very warm conditions. 7 degrees is the daytime high for today. Not a lot of sunshine on the way as we are expecting that rain. Then those strong, intense winds later on this afternoon. 7 across most of the region, 10 for the daytime high in Trenton today, 8 in the valley, 6 over in Mont-Tremblant. And it will be a mild week. We won't see temperatures going back down to normal for this time of the year until next Thursday. 7 degrees degrees is the high today, -3 is the overnight low. Sunshine for tomorrow, -1 is the high. Beautiful day to get outside. Fresh snow for the ski hills on Sunday, -2 is the high. Then next week, temperatures still very warm to start things off. A bit of cloud coverage throughout the beginning of the work week. Sunshine as we head into Thursday and back to normal with a daytime high of -7.
Weather brought to you by Yeckendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
And eastbound on the 417, we are seeing some volume starting at the 416 split in through Maitland. Westbound on the Queensway, also moving slow between the 174 split and Nicholas this hour.
Oh, comfort food from scratch. We've got the owner of Sandy's Country Kitchen. Sandy Rosine is here, and look at the spread that she has brought. Yeah, comfort food. That's what we need, especially on a dreary day such as today. Good morning to you, Sandy.
Hello, how are you?
It's so great to have you on the show. I'm doing really well, especially now. When I walked in, I saw the food, I saw the spread, and I went, okay, somebody's been adding a little bit of love here, a little bit of love there, here, all over the place. It just feels like this is just the ultimate comfort food.
It is. That's what we do. We bring in comfort for everybody.
I think that's so wonderful. Tell me about your establishment.
Okay, so we are located in Arnprior at 4 Elgin Street West. We're right on the corner of Daniel, so you can't really miss us. We've been there for about 1.5 years. Now, I started the business in my basement back 13 years ago. So we took over my entire basement, and we started out making freezer meals for seniors because there was a need for it. We wanted stuff that didn't have preservatives or other stuff you can't pronounce. We just wanted good, healthy options for seniors. So we started with the freezer meals. Then it just naturally expanded into catering. One person called us one day and said, could you cater my wedding? And I said, sure. I had no idea what I was doing, but we did it anyways. And it didn't flop, so here we are. We just kept going.
Okay, talk about what's on the menu and what you brought here.
Okay, so what we brought here is, first thing is our charcuterie board. I can't say that this morning, it's too early.
It is so intense.
We do, for a lot of weddings, we do charcuterie boards, we do grazing tables where we would take up like this entire area for food for the pre-wedding display.
Yes, yeah.
And so we start with that. Over here, we've got some of our home baking, because everything we bake at the restaurant is from scratch. We make some of the best butter tarts. It's a recipe that was my mother's.
Oh, wow. What you got over there?
Those are peanut butter cookies.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
okay,
they are
no.
absolutely
Gotta go. Love
something.
me some peanut butter cookies, so.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Then you've got the large cookies, which are absolutely delicious too.
That's a cookie?
Yes, that's a cookie.
Whoa. Very nice.
Again, made from scratch. We just, all the ingredients are in the shop.
The cookies are amazing. This is so good. Charcuterie board. And then you're still dealing with some dessert here?
Yeah.
What do you got here?
This is a raspberry rhubarb pie. We ended up making it by mistake one time, and everybody just loved it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I notice here, you're making jelly as well.
Yes, we make all of our jams and jellies.
Oh.
And we serve them in the restaurant, too.
You serve them
on our homemade bread.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what are we talking about here? Are we talking breakfast, lunch, dinner? What are we talking
Breakfast and lunch.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Yeah, breakfast is our big thing because, again, I can't eat out in a restaurant because stuff is brought in and I'm allergic to preservatives. So anything packaged, especially potatoes, packaged potatoes, everything like that has a pile of preservatives in it. I can't do it.
You can't do that.
So I can actually eat where we are.
This is good to know here.
Yeah.
What do you got here? Are you going to make something for us?
We are.
Okay.
We've got eggs Benny. That's one of our biggest sellers. And I'm going to show you how to make a quick egg, hollandaise sauce.
Okay.
So you've got your egg yolks. Start with that.
Okay.
This works great with just a hand blender. You can do it in a regular blender if you'd like.
Sure.
So you want to take a good healthy pinch of salt.
Healthy pinch.
A little bit of lemon juice.
Lemon juice. Oh, I like that.
Now, if you would like, you can add a little bit of hot sauce, but I'm not into the hot sauce thing. You start.
There you go.
Blender up.
Love it.
Very hot butter.
Oh, okay. What is that, like a cup?
That's a cup.
Okay.
I have the recipe here.
Slowly adding that in.
Very slowly.
Okay. All right.
Because you don't want it to break.
Nice and slow. Put that in. Okay. You know that is going to be tasty.
Oh,
Okay.
it definitely
And what else
is.
You have?
And
we'll do like a magic of television.
Yes, magic of television. This is going to fall over, so I'm going to take that out and make a mess.
Okay. That's all right.
Magic of television. You
What
take
you got?
your...
Turn that
Take
up.
a spoon.
Okay.
Get this simmering. You don't want it boiling. You want it simmering.
Okay.
Get a good stir. Some people put vinegar in it. I don't recommend it. You don't need it.
Okay.
Just get a good tornado going in there.
Look at her.
Plop that in. Leave it
cook.
for a minute or two.
Okay.
And she's done.
And she's done, and then voila.
Voila. You just
Then we
pour
got
on your
this
Benny
here.
sauce.
Oh, and you're home. You're home.
Yes.
At Sandy's Country Kitchen. Where are you located again?
We are at 4 Elgin Street West in the beautiful town of Arnprior. Come on up. It's not that far from Ottawa, even though some people think it is.
No,
it's
it's
a
not.
nice little drive on the 417, and we'd love to see you there.
This has been beautiful. Sandy, Rosine, it's such a pleasure to meet you. This is home cooking at its finest, and you can get it at Sandy's Country Kitchen.
Thank you.
So much, Sandy. If you know of a great chef or restaurant you think we should feature on the show, let us know. We want to hear from you. Email us, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. It's 8:44. There's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. We'll be right back. Good morning, Ottawa.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
The 2026 Canadian National Skating Championships happening this weekend at Slush Puppy Center in Gatineau. This is featuring close to 200 skaters in the men, women, pairs, ice dance, and synchronized skating disciplines. Competing at senior and junior levels, they are vying for spots on the national team, which is so exciting. Make sure you stop by and check it out. Next up, your Ottawa Black Bears. Join them tonight at Canadian Tire Centre while they host the Halifax Thunderbirds, and they spend the night honoring the Indigenous origins of lacrosse. Fans are going to experience the spirit of the game through vibrant storytelling, cultural moments, and of course, intense on-floor action. You don't want to miss it. You can grab your tickets at ottawablackbears.com. And finally today is the Lansdowne Farmers Market Winter Edition. Head down to Lansdowne on Sunday to browse over 85 local vendors with the freshest local products the season has to offer, plus live music and quick lunch options too. Great for the whole family or a solo outing. Of course, lots more happening as the new year gets underway in the capital. For the full list and all the details, check ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, I'm Tania Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Well, the Ottawa Black Bears are in town tonight. They're taking on the Halifax Thunderbirds at the CTC. The Black Bears will be honoring the Indigenous heritage of lacrosse during Creators Game Night. We got Cam, we got Chelsea joining us this morning. Good morning to the two of you.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Black Bears gear. We talked about this earlier. I have attained so much swag now that I have been back in Ottawa because lacrosse holds a nice place in my heart. I want to talk about the success of the season so far because they've been playing so well.
Yeah, we've been, all the games have been really, really close. We've been winning a lot in the fourth quarter, so last couple of games we've been really successful, and kind of spotting the teams a couple goals and coming roaring back and winning at the end. So it's been great.
And I know that we want a little bit of a better start, so we don't have to come back. It does make the games very exciting, and the fact that we're coming back and having the wins is really important. I want to talk about tonight's game because it's a really special honor.
Yeah, so we're doing the Creators Game tonight, and we've called it the Creators Game because that is what lacrosse is, right? Some people call it the medicine game or the Creators Game, but it's really rooted in Indigenous heritage. So we're looking forward to bringing in some of our friends with Algonquin, or the Pequot-Nagon and Kitigan-Zibi territories. So they're going to be coming in. We're going to have a powwow MC as part of our game tonight, so we're really excited about that. And then we've got a drum circle, dancers, all that sort of stuff. And then we'll have a group from Ganasataki coming in, and they're going to do a minor lacrosse game during halftime as well.
It's so awesome, and if you haven't been to a lacrosse game yet, it's such a great, energetic event that you can bring your family, your kids with. Can you talk a little bit what people can expect if they go to the game tonight or just like over the rest of the season?
Honestly, it's such, as you said, like such a fun game, and we were chatting about like how do we position our sport, and really it is for everyone, right? So we say kind of if you're boring and you don't want to have fun, then don't worry about coming to a game. You don't come here to put your feet up, you come here to get on your feet, because so often there's something to stand up and cheer about. So, you know, it's a very relaxed environment as well. It's so friendly with kids. We've got face painters and balloon twisters, or we have different things happening in the activation. Sometimes we have coloring stations for kids, but really what I hear from a lot of parents is when they go to some sports, their kids can't sit for more than 10-15 minutes. When they come to a lacrosse game, they cannot pull their kids out of that stadium. So it's really fun, it's vibrant, it's loud, it's exciting, it's just like an energetic atmosphere, and everybody feeds off of each other.
Yeah, well, it's great. We were messaging after the last game that we got a workout in because every time they scored, you stayed up and go back down. I was like, over 30 now, my knees are hurting, but it was worth it. So you get a little bit of an active. It's such a fun environment. Back to the focus on tonight's game. You have a player that's going to be doing something special as well.
Well, Larson's dad.
Oh yeah, Larson's dad. He built or did a handmade, excuse me, necklace, and they're beautiful. I mean, takes them over 50 hours to make one, and to do 30 to 35, you can do the math and see how long it takes them. But they were beautiful, handmade. Went out to all the players, the coaching staff, to all the teams. So yeah, you'll see them there tonight. We're now wearing them instead of ties because they're a good luck charm. So yeah.
I always like a good luck charm, especially with the local squad. And you know what? I was watching yesterday that your team was doing something really special as well. What was that?
So we were in Pikwakanagan last night. So we've actually been able to partner with an organization called Their Opportunity, and we are going out to. We went to Pikwakanagan last night. We'll be going to Kittigan-Zibi in a couple of weeks, but we're taking sport to the kids. So through our partnership, we're able to leave behind lots of equipment for the kids. So probably 50, 60 sticks, 2 sets of goalie gear, nets, balls, helmets, gloves, and it's been really great because those territories often tell us that they didn't hold on to lacrosse as part of their heritage as they've grown through it. They see it through the Mohawk territories quite a bit more, but the Algonquins didn't hold on to it quite as much. So it's great for us as the champion of lacrosse in the Ottawa region to be able to take this sport back to these kids, and it is part of their culture, it is part of their heritage, right? Like it's how they settled disputes years ago, and it's all about sport healing through the soul. So last night was really, really special. We had about 40 kids that we're learning from our assistant captain, Riley O'Connor, and we'll be heading back out to Kittigan-Zibi in a few weeks.
It's so great. And how great was it seeing the kids' faces light up when O'Connor's there and they get all the sticks? It must have been really special, too.
It honestly, it was. And the laughter and the excitement, the sweat on some of the kids, you know. And there were kids that probably could barely walk. Like they were toddlers, and they're just holding that ball, walking up to the net, and of course, like giving it their all as they shoot the ball in the net. So it was so sweet, and it was so well received.
Teach them young. That's what I say. Let's keep the lacrosse going.
Exactly.
I've already got my tickets, so I don't need to know. But where can people find some tickets if they want to go tonight?
Online at ottawablackbears.com. Tickets start at $30.
All right. Well, we really appreciate your time. Let's keep this good win column running. And again, good luck on the game tonight.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
All right, there's some advancement notice for tonight's game. Look at that. I mean, you want to have some fun on a Friday? This is the place to be, the Creators Game Night, tonight at the CTC. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, and happy Friday. We're so glad you're ending the work week with us. We've had a jam-packed show all week long. Getting into a brand new year, new resolutions. What do we think? Do you think we're going to hold strong this year on some new ones?
I think I'm just going to continue on. Continue with that positive thought.
Yeah.
And I know that you're like saying yes to things, right?
Yeah. And don't try to overwhelm yourself. I think resolutions fail because we set ourselves up for too much. So keep it simple and I heard about doing values, like things things that bring me joy. So then you do those things, or like thinking about my body. What do I need today? Rest or movement? It could be either, right? Or maybe it's just more water.
I love that indeed. And Melissa, I know it's going to get pretty windy today.
Yes, we do have a special weather statement in effect because it's extremely windy, especially later on this afternoon. So it looks like between 3 and about 9 p.m. we're expecting winds gusting up to 90 kilometers an hour. So very, very intense winds on the way.
And don't worry, my New Year's resolution, I haven't given it all in. I did a Black Bear segment. I'm not just throwing the suit away and dressing casual on the show, all right? Just so you know. Casual Fridays.
At a new level.
Take good care. We'll see you back here Monday morning.